All right. Happy Saturday, everybody. This Big Dog Sports. I'm your boy BD. And I'm gonna try my best tomorrow to do both games because it's the NFC championship and the AFC championship. Salute to everybody that's out here in the chat. Bob, I see you, bro. Good afternoon to you. Adam, I see you. Wolfpack, I see you. What's going on with y'all, man? And Bob, man, I owe you an apology. I didn't mean to crash on your joint last night, bro. I hope you can forgive me. You know that ain't me like that. I ain't a crasher. But oh, okay. Well, if you missed it, then great. That's great. That's fantastic. Um, yeah, we here in the building, man. Um, ain't much going on today on the Saturday. We got the NBA going on. Yeah, I hear you, Bob. I know you love the war. Yeah, last night I was kind of in rare form last night. But yeah, there isn't really much going on sports wise this Saturday. You just got a few NBA games that are playing. The Knicks, the Sixers. For those who want to talk basketball, I'm all for basketball because I watch basketball. Yeah, you got the Knicks and the 76ers there at halftime. 64-60, Sixers is up. And the Hornets beat the Wizards. The Wizards that just got Trae Young, by the way, even though he hasn't played yet. But yeah, whatever's on your minds today, you want to talk about the games tomorrow? That's because I'm going to try to do both games tomorrow. I'm definitely going to do the first one. And depending on how the first one is and how long it take, then maybe, I'll try to do the second one. But, I'm not used to like just sitting up here for hours and hours at a time. Like, it's a lot. The whole, just sitting in front of the computer talking. Like, I give the people who do this for a living, you know what I'm saying? I give them a lot of credit who for doing it because it is a work. Like, people don't understand. Like, this shit is work. It really is. It's like a job. Because once you start doing it and you consistent with it, then you start to have a following and people start to expect you to be around on the times that you say that you're going to be around. So it is what it is. It's definitely work though. It's not easy, going live every day. So the people who do it and do it every day, shout out to them because it's not easy, especially when you in the whole content thing, and you got to do your research too. Like, you got to know what you're talking about. You can't just be up here just saying anything just to say anything. I mean, you got to have a point. It got to make some kind of sense. Oh nah, you don't be scared. Ain't nobody scared. I'll take me a break. I'll get me something to drink. I eat on camera and all. Listen, I'm a little guy. I'm a little fish. I'm not monetized or anything like that. So for me, it's easy because I ain't got to play by those rules that the bigger folks have to play by. Once you start getting into monetization and dealing with YouTube on that level, getting commercials on your live streams and all that, you got to be a little bit more careful about what you do and what's said on your platform. When you little like me, you ain't got to go through all that. Yeah, when you little like me, you can pretty much say whatever you want to say. And if you get struck, it's like, oh well, you can always start over because you're not really losing because the YouTube hasn't invested in you like that for you to be really losing anything. Yeah, you got people on here, and what I noticed that you got the vertical shit is just like the StreamYard thing. Matter of fact, the vertical thing is more like TikTok. I noticed where you could just keep swiping. Hold on, real quick. Now, again, we don't got a whole bunch going on today in the sports world. We got some NBA games, but that's about it. All the real stuff happens tomorrow. I just become accustomed to going on Saturdays, so here I am. And I appreciate, everybody, who come in the chat or whatever. I got the link is pinned at the top. So we can pretty much, talk about, whatever is on your mind. We there's some sports stories out here. At like the Steelers. That let's get into that. The Steelers are about to hire Mike McCarthy as their next head coach. And as for your LeBron person, Nay, he ain't get here yet. He probably sleeps still. But I would love to hear what these Cowboy fans think about, their ex head coach becoming the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That would be very interesting because that's in the works right now. They have a verbal agreement, Mike McCarthy and the Steelers, for McCarthy to be the Steelers' next head coach. So where all the Cowboy fans at? Bob, you was here. What do you think about that? You know Mike McCarthy very well. He was your coach for a very long time. What do you think about him going to the Steelers and replacing Mike Tomlin? And if you notice in the NFL, all the coaches, you haven't seen too many black ones get hired. You got Salah, but that's it. But professional sports is like that. The players be black, but the coaches and all the upper management be everything else. Right? So it is what it is. And Nay, man, y'all, yeah, y'all were killing me last night, yo. Y'all were killing me. I'm not gonna even hold you. Y'all were killing me last night. but it's all in good fun. No. I'm just saying the panel was killing me last night. Now that I'm here, so let me explain because I guess maybe I was wording it wrong and folks weren't really understanding where I was coming from. So I'm gonna try it again because it was on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a crash out artist. That's not what I do. I only crash because folks couldn't seem to understand what I was talking about. Hold on, Adam, what you say? Is it the team that picks the coach or the owner? It's the owners, Adam. The team don't never pick the coach. I just finished eating too. Yeah, I just finished eating. But yeah, you was on the panel last night. I think um I was trying to tell folks that the politics is messed up because the system is messed up, and the system is messed up because the system is paid for and bought. Like I couldn't understand why folks couldn't understand that. Like I wasn't, everybody kept trying to talk about Trump, and I wasn't trying to talk about Trump. Like we could have talked about Obama, we could have talked about Clinton, we could have talked about any president because it's all the same system at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like it's the same system. It's just Trump is playing it different. He's doing it in your face where folks were doing it in the closet before.
I agree.
That's the only difference. Trump is just doing it in your face and you can see it, right? And people just respect that more. If you're going to be on some shit, at least do it to my face. Don't do it behind my back, right?
I
It's just
agree.
like a thief. A motherfucker respect the jukes more than they respect a nigga stealing when they not around, right? If you from New York, you understand somebody rob you, they put a gun in your head, you're gonna give up what you're gonna give up. But if
Yeah, you
that's
doing shit in my face.
in your house and you invite them in, right, and then something come up missing in your house, that's a whole different type of thing. Because now they doing it behind your back. You can't respect that.
Yeah, facts.
You
I
can
agree.
respect the gun shit because it's cut and dry. Give me that or take this, right? Somebody coming into your house stealing your shit, that's not cut and dry.
That's petty.
It's not it's not something you would be aware of.
You ever heard of a story of someone getting like robbed and it's their own friend that robbed them and they actually helped them look for the shit that they took?
Yeah, I've seen dumb shit like that too. I've seen motherfuckers get set up, all type of stuff. So like, all I was trying to say last night is like it's a system thing. It's always been a system thing because you only have two parties that you can rely on to get anything done. The lack of choice reason why you don't have the politics that people clamor for, like as Aztec last night. Excuse me. He was trying to say that, folk, and I agree with him. Folks that weren't voting for Trump more so as they were voting for to burn it down, essentially, to drain the swamp, right? That was his argument. People want to drain the swamp, burn it down, start over, this, that, and the third. You know what? All that may be fine and true, but that doesn't change the system. The system is always going to be messed up until you take the money out of it. And you make it public money instead of private money. The fact that it's private money makes it, untenable. It makes it feel like your vote don't matter. It make it feel like it's rigged.
My
Because
bad.
folks
Hold
could
on. It
do what
almost
they want
died,
to do.
bro.
I'm
Shit.
sorry?
So I almost died. No, not literally though.
Oh.
Nah, because I'm eating fruit and it's damn Mexican tagine. trying to kill my black ass. But go ahead.
But yeah, but that's all I was saying is like it's a system thing. See, in a democracy, your vote's supposed to matter. But in this
Mm,
democracy, your vote really don't matter. And it don't matter for a lot of reasons. One, a lot of this is paid for. That was my main point. Like you got people that throw hundreds of millions of dollars at both parties,
yeah.
trying to, express or trying to force their hand or what policy they want to enact. You understand what I'm saying? Or what policy that they want that person to go with.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's all paid for. And as long as it's all paid for corporately, because it's not average people that's just spending their money on elections. Let's call ace ace and a spade a spade. It's companies. It's the
Mm.
church. You understand what I'm saying? It's that's controlling all of this. So
No, I
when
agree.
we talk about Trump, you know what I mean? Trump is doing this and Trump is doing that. Trump, he's making money off the presidency. Every president done made money off the presidency.
Yeah.
It's the only difference is Trump just doing it in your face.
See, I don't want
And the
to
rest of
argue
them
with.
were doing it behind your back. But that
That's
don't
the
mean that
thing
they
I don't
not doing it.
understand. That's the thing that kill me about, let's say, black people. They're like, oh, I can't stand Trump, this, that, and the other. Why? He is not presidential. Nigga, are you serious? You don't even act human like yourself. But yet
It's
you're
two
mad at someone
council
that's
votes
doing
that matter.
something.
I did get Imp. And Imp,
Right,
last
yeah.
night, I hope you don't think I was trying to get at you or nothing like that. I wasn't, but you remind me of Ric Flair, bro. I can't even, I'm not going to cap.
Mm.
Like, I listen to you and it screams Ric Flair to me.
Yeah, I think I left the show because I was getting hungry. I was like, I can't sit up here and talk to you niggas without food. I'm out.
Talk to us niggas.
Hmm. I was like, no, no, no. I gotta eat. Forget all that. I'll holler at y'all later. Then I passed out. Boom. I was sipping a
But
little
yeah, I
tequila.
wasn't
So
trying to like, get all wild up and crazy. It's just, folks kept trying to throw at me Trump this, Trump that, Trump. And that wasn't my issue. My issue not with Trump when it
right.
comes to that. Trump is just
Hmm.
playing a system that was already put in place.
Right. I ain't mad at big homie.
Yeah, he just playing a system that was already put in place, a system that's already designed to fuck average people.
Right, right, right.
At the
Hmm.
end of the day, because let's can't unless you a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, or a multi-billionaire, that make you an average person. And if you an average person, you understand what I'm saying? You feel all of the effects of the policies that come down from the country. Most rich people don't feel the effects of the policies
Mm-mm.
because they have the money to cover it up or to get around it. The average person don't have the money to cover it up or get around it.
Mm.
So it makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It
I
makes a
feel you
difference.
on that.
Yeah, for me,
Mm-hmm.
it makes a difference. So, and Etuan, I
Mm.
see you. Good afternoon, sir. Um, but again, that's all I was trying to say. Like the system is messed up, and until we get a handle on that, matter of fact, let me give you my idea, Nayra. I got you right here.
Ah, listen.
In my perfect world, we would have 4 or 5 parties. It wouldn't be just Democrat and Republican. We would have like 4 or 5 parties,
Okay,
and
what are the 4 and 5 parties representing?
whatever the 4 or 5 parties gonna be, it could be anything. You understand what I'm saying? But at least it's a choice.
Okay.
At least it's not just it's either you left or you right. You understand what I'm saying? It could be anything. That's number one. It could be all the way to the extreme, or it could be in the center. You understand what I'm saying? The problem we having now is both parties are to the extremes. And
Right.
there's no center to buffer it. So
we need some Latin kings and some God disciples in the mix, don't
either
we?
or, the pendulum is gonna swing back the other way, Nate. It's doing it in New York right now.
You ain't lying. I mean, I would love to see what Mom Donnie is going to do during this snowstorm, but
Right. I'm
yeah,
just
we'll
saying that
see.
in terms of politics, the pendulum always swing both ways. You
Right.
done had 2 terms of Trump. So don't think you're gonna have a Republican come in the next term. That's never how it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's never how it worked in my lifetime or in your lifetime.
Right. Facts. Facts. Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? It's never worked that way. Reagan did 2 terms, right? And then
Yes.
Bush did the term after Reagan's first 2 terms. There's a reason why Bush didn't get a second term, because nobody wanted a 4th term of Reagan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that opened the door for Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton did his 2 terms. And after his second term, George, Al Gore, you had the whole Florida recount and all that. That's a whole nother story in itself, the first George Bush election, right? People could say that was rigged, or
Mm-hmm.
Al Gore was cheated. You understand
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? People don't never talk about that. People always want to talk about, 2020 Trump was cheated. Well, in
Hey,
2000, Al
T.
Gore was cheated. We could make the same argument, right?
Right. Right.
It's the same argument. But I don't hear people up in arms about that because it was so
Mm-hmm.
long ago now, right? People don't even remember that it was the Supreme Court that put George Bush, that made George Bush the president the first time,
Mm-hmm.
the second
Mm-hmm.
George Bush. But either
And
or,
you.
you had 2 terms of Bush, and then people got tired of that, and that's how Obama got in, right? And then you
Yeah.
had 2 terms of Obama, and people got tired of that, and just how Trump got in. You see how the pendulum just swing? It
Yeah.
swings. And it's always gonna keep swinging. Now that you effectively had 2 terms of Trump, but this gonna be, what I mean, after he done 2028, of course it's gonna swing back Democratic, because that's what history says is. I would love for
Well, you
somebody
broke
to
up.
come up here and try to argue me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what history show me in American history. It's rare, but it happens, but you don't really get 3 terms of a single party. It doesn't happen that often where you
A
get
president
3
can't go more than
consecutive terms
twice.
of a single party. You get 2, and that's pretty much it before the pendulum swings back.
Uh-huh. Sorry, hold on. My boy is hitting me up, wanted me to help him curate his design capsule. Not right now. I still got that show
But
tonight.
yeah, and
Yeah.
oh shit, I ain't used to seeing T, so
Abu
this,
T's here.
yeah, I
And
ain't used to seeing T.
Adam
So
Salute. Epoxy. Yeah.
yeah,
Yo, he
we
was
we,
yo,
we
he was
got
trying
the
to give me
whole
24 seconds yesterday. Like, excuse you,
yeah.
sir.
Epoxy stay shooting him. He can't help himself. Yeah, Juan is a good guy though. Shout out to
Yeah, that's my
Epoxy.
guy right
He the
there.
man.
Yo, Epoxy, bro, I gotta show you my roping. I don't care what anyone says. No one ropes better than me. Nobody. I skip rope better than most boxers in the ring right now. That's a big
Well,
fact.
we're gonna need a video of that day.
I'll drop it in the Discord. That's what I do on the
Yeah,
fitness channel. I drop
I'll need a video of
my
that.
joints in the. I'm about to pop that. Man. They're like, oh my god, you're bouncing. The fuck? What do you think I got, nigga? So yeah, I'm gonna pop it in the Discord, and I'm skipping to the beat. And Epoxy, you not seeing me, bruh. You
Yeah,
not
like
seeing
I
me.
said, I'm gonna need a video though, because I just gonna need a video.
Huh.
I understand you a gym rat, and I don't doubt that you could do it. I just want to see a video. And
Yeah,
speaking
man.
of your boy, here he is. You could tell him now to your face.
What's up,
Juan,
y'all?
what's good, brother?
Hope
Yo,
everybody.
Epoxy, what's popping?
Not much. Just
Antoine, hold on. Let me talk to Antoine because he wants my attention. Antoine, I see you. You want me mad at you? No, I'm not mad at you. Not gonna black out on you. That doesn't make me a tough person. I just wish you well. That's all. All right. I don't know about you ending anything and polishing your nails at the end of the day, but yeah, you're not worth my time. That's all. That's all. Gay epoxy. Wagwan.
That's good. That's a good message, Nate. It's always never when like you never stay mad. It's just those moments, right? Situations, and that's it. You leave them alone. Keep on going. That's the
Epoxy, your
best way,
audio is
Nate. I
going in
like
and
that.
out.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Well, it's choppy for me. Is it me?
No, I hear him fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. No, that's a good message, Nate. It's like I get it in the arguments with my family, my brothers, my even my subcontractors. It's just the moments. Like you leave it there, and that's it. Like it
Yeah,
was
that's
like
it.
that project we butt heads. That's it. Leave it alone. I still love them. They help me out. You see them every single day. You talk to them every single day. You move on. That's a good way to put it, Nate. I like that.
Yeah, that
I'm
that's
old.
how
You
it's
know how many
supposed to be
people I
done.
Oh,
beat up online and offline? Like, no, it's not worth it. Like,
it's
I like to be entertaining. Yes, I do. I black out for fun. I do. I'm not gonna lie. But with Antoine, it's like I feel like weird doing it. And it's not like I'm afraid of him or anything. No, it's like I've been through that, and I had greater, like I had people that had like 600,000 followers
Which
that
is
thought I was trying
crazy.
to, yeah, that try to come at me. I'm like, shorty, like it's bad enough that your fans are actually becoming my fans, but I'll go back and forth with you for fun. But this is in my mid 30s, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
Here's
that's
the
normal
thing.
though. You're young.
Go ahead, Juan. I'm sorry.
yeah, but it's just that when you are in beefs, right? The beef won't stop. It's not like I'm afraid no one's ever going to come up to me in real life. I put that on my mama because when you see me, you be like, never mind, this bitch look crazy. I'm good. That's
Yo,
the
Nate.
result I always get. What's up?
So we were like, my brother was watching when he was in the hospital. He was recovering, and like you would come up, and a couple of the other like people would come up, and then my brother was like, "Man, why does that lady sound like she punched you in the face?" And you start some shit. She heard you like for the first time. It's like she sounds like she's from up north. I was like, she is. I was like,
Well, it's
but the thing is, it's like without even telling anybody, you give off that vibe of like my brother was like, she sounds like she's one of the homeboys. It's like you just come off as that, like cool, chill, laid back, balanced. You don't cross the line. You leave it alone. And if you
I
do, you
really
talk
am.
it out. You hash it out.
I really am. Antoine, I understand you having fun. I get it. And to Antoine, right? Who am I to tell him not to do what he's doing?
Right.
I'm like the future. You know what I mean? Because I've done what he's done. Way
Right.
worse. I was banned out of chat rooms back in the late 90s. Yo, my name was banned. I was like, when you see this name, ban this bitch. Yo, from adult sites, ban because I used to troll everybody. I used to have my fun. But I just noticed in the podcast space, my coworker got slapped in real life because he was talking crazy by my other co-host. And I'm like, you guys gotta, watch what you do. Even that popular girl I mentioned, after the studio, because I done shows in studio, we stepped out, I was like, we can't fight in the studio, but what's good? We outside in the street. That's what she's like, nah, nigga, chill. Like you wilding right now. I was like, but you was talking tough upstairs.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
down here right
listen.
now.
At the end of the day, we're all avatars.
Yeah.
We're all
Currently,
avatars. At
currently,
the end of the
currently,
day,
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
just avatar. I'm an avatar. Juan's an avatar. You an avatar, Nate, and we're all just avatars, and we're just talking, having a good time. At least
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what we're
yeah.
supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be making this personal.
No,
That was
you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Definitely don't make
When
it
our
personal.
main thing is supposed to be just entertaining the masses, right? We're
yo, BD.
entertaining
You
the
know what she
masses
said?
by
What
just
Nate
being
said?
silly.
What Nate said she would like with the young person when you talk to the younger person. It was like I am the future. It was like basically I like that. It was like hey, I'm young. I was already in your position, so I know what's gonna happen. You're gonna have to experience it. I'm the future. You're like, why don't you go ahead and ask me so I can give you some knowledge. Hayes, that was good. I like that. I'm actually writing it down. And like well, that's
Okay.
what I interpreted it as. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an old head. Excuse me, I'm an old head. I turned 42, even though I just turned 41 in December. But no, Antoine, you don't. No. Antoine, now I gotta step in and tell you, you do not deserve to be slapped. You just gotta self-govern. That's
Yeah,
it. You should not put yourself in positions where it'll have you get hurt. It's not
right.
worth it. It's really not. That's why I'm
Yeah,
like, Antoine, come on. Like when we were going back and forth, I was talking out of love for real. I
right.
was like, I'm trying to let you know, like, how you going about it, it could turn bad. It could turn people away from you. And I could tell in your personality, this is not who you are. Like, I know you're a cool guy, but you're it's not about 777. Keep him out the equation. He's on my side of the nation. We're not talking about him. I'm talking about people in general that you might come across in these spaces. That's all. This has nothing to do with homie. Nothing.
And you're gonna come across a lot of characters on the YouTube space. Like I done
Yes.
ran the YouTube streets. You know,
Mhm.
this is not the only algorithm I'm in. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm in other people algorithms too that don't got nothing to do with this one. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
everybody shit is gonna be different. It just depends on who you are and where you trying to grasp your knowledge from or where you trying to gain your knowledge from. Because for me, it's all about learning. I'm trying to learn shit. I'm trying to see different perspectives on everything. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to go with my own instinct because I ain't out
Yeah.
here in the world alone.
True. Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It'd be different if I was out here in the world alone. There's a
It's
billion
like
people in the world.
what Nate said. It's
Couple
like you're
billion
never trying to
people.
put yourself in a position to harm yourself or others. It's like, I mean, I'll give you an example. Like one of my subcontractors, it's like Nays talked about, I'm not a nice person, I'm a kind person. And when that kindness gets taken advantage of, and then you have to step up for yourself, all of a sudden, you look like an asshole. And you never want to put yourself in a position to hurt yourself. But like at some point in time, it's like, hey, look, you're overstepping it, you're overdoing it. And if the other person that's doing the wrong can just say, oh, like, well, my bad, like, what did I do? And say that to them, not to repeat it again, but just to know what type of person you are, what your boundaries are. Like
Right.
everybody's wired different. We all communicate differently. Like we're all wired differently. As long as you know how that person communicates, and you know that person is like, oh, he's just playing around. I know he's playing around. But then this person over here, okay, he doesn't really play around. He's just an all around professional, all around stiff. So you have to
Right.
know people. You have to know them. You have to get, especially if you see them every single day, you communicate with them. You have to get to know those people and how they communicate. It's all
Yeah,
about
well, my
communication.
thing is, well, I try to explain to folks, you got to understand some people are in character and
Yeah,
some people, this is who they are.
yeah,
And you have to know the difference between who's in character
yep,
and who's this is just who they are.
yeah,
You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
this is why, like I was explaining to ET1 last night. Like, this is why I can move around in other people's circles and I'm still just chilling. You understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I understand some people are in character and some people, this is who they are. And when you know what the difference is, it make it a lot easier on you to how to approach that person
Hmm.
or how to
Which,
respond to that person when they approach you.
and not to cut your wisdom, this segues to the topic I'm going to talk about tonight. The
Does
title
it?
is exactly this. Yeah. I try to talk about things that relate to today. So, emotional intelligence is personal.
Hmm.
Social intelligence is power. So, I'm going to be discussing both emotional and social intelligence because here on this YouTube space, even in person, I'm noticing even in generations after us, they're having a hard time communicating with one another. They
That
don't
is
look
true.
out for social cues. They don't understand that, active
Yeah,
listening is the key part of communication.
yep.
So I'm going to be running down some information, some scenarios, and I'm going to actually put it to the test where I'm going to see who's emotionally superior and who's not. I'm
You
even
know,
taking a
Well,
page from my own book. Go ahead.
here's the thing though, that experiment is gonna be hard to do only because you have to be in person. Like if me and you, Nate, was to meet in person, the vibe would be completely different than the vibe that we have on here.
Yeah.
It would
Thank
be.
you, Antoine. I want to tell him thank you. Thank you. He said, I hope
You
you have a
understand what I'm
good show,
saying? Just
Nikki.
like if
I
me and
appreciate
Juan
that.
was to meet in person, the vibe was going to be different
But see,
than
BD,
the
that's
vibe
because
that we have
we're from the same
online.
generation. I'm 40. I'll be 40 in March, and because we grew up in the 90s, and our parents whooped that ass whenever we got out of line, and we know facial expressions, we know how to communicate with that because we didn't have that full on tech world.
Yeah,
we looked at
that's one.
we looked at people's emotions. I was like, all right, it looks like I'm overstepping it. Where now everything is online. There's not that one on one human on human interaction anymore. It's like
No,
it goes to Naze's thing, like which is the topic she's doing today. Today's world, you emotionally go there quickly, whatever it is. It could be anger, crying, crashing out. Versus, it's easier to do that versus planning it out. It's like, okay, if I do this, these are the cons and pros. It's very hard to do that, but it's very easy to go based off that emotion in that situation in that little second. Like it could just go off the rails because you're not kids are like, or not. I don't want to say kids, but this new era, they don't have that one on one. We used to go to the malls and socially be outside, where like it could quickly get there. Okay, people's physical like language is like, all right, he's getting frustrated, or he's real. They're real happy. They're cool. She's fine, or whatever. It's not a problem. Like they don't have those. They're not reading that body language. Is what I want to say. That body
right.
language is like not there. That communication
Yeah, 'cause
is gone.
body language has become
Yeah,
non-existent in
yeah,
Etwan's generation, and only because they've been living off their cell phones. They were born into the cell phone stuff. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? So by the time they were 10, 12, 15 years old, they
yeah.
already knew how to work a cell phone. They ain't have to go to a payphone like I had to do. They ain't have to answer a beeper. They ain't have to have a pocket full of quarters to get to the payphone to have a conversation. They ain't have to stop people in the street. You understand what I'm saying? Like they ain't have to do none of that. They ain't go to arcades. They ain't go to, you know what I mean? They ain't do these things
Yeah,
that we did growing up.
yeah.
Like I'm older than, like I got both of y'all by 10 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So while y'all were growing up in the 90s, I was already grown.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
understand what I'm
Check you
saying?
out.
In the 90s. No,
You
I'm
speak
saying I
clear.
was fresh.
Yeah.
Yep.
92, I was fresh out of high school. I graduated in 1992. So by the time y'all when I was out of high school, y'all was 7 and 8 probably. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like
I was about that. I was about 5. Yeah.
so by the time y'all start growing up in the 90s, as y'all say, it was the late 90s for y'all. It was 98, 99, 2000.
Mhm.
That's when y'all really started hitting y'all stride as teenagers and adults.
You're
You
right.
know what I mean? My shit came much before y'all. So like I got to see the evolution of all of
Mhm.
that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Like going from not having a phone or nothing at all, we went from beepers to sky pagers to sidekicks to flip phones to chirp phones to razor phones to
Yeah.
smartphones
Yep. Yeah.
in that order. I know because I had every single last one piece of that evolution
Wow,
from
you sound like you
18
speaking from the
to now.
prehistoric age.
Yeah.
The way you're
Yeah.
making us sound.
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, I thought those night. Remember those '90s yearbooks? That's what I
Right.
thought, Nays. When he was going through them, like I remember my senior year, well, in the 2000, and when it was like the millennium, when 2000 came around, like we did that time capsule type yearbook for like our school that year. And then I was like, oh, that's what when
Yeah.
BD just said
That
all that,
part.
like the time
Like,
capsule.
see, when I was in school, we did time capsules. They don't
Yeah,
do time capsules in school
yeah,
anymore.
we did.
When I was
Too.
in
Yeah.
school, they taught kids how to write in cursive. They don't do that in school anymore. When I was in school, we had shop, we had vocation, we had driver's ed, sex ed, home
Home
economics. They don't have
economics.
any of that
Yep.
Yeah,
in
home
school
economics. Yeah,
anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
what they growing up learning now is a complete 180 of what we grew up learning. You understand what I'm saying? And that
right.
where the disconnect be because we be knowing stuff that they don't know nothing about, and then they know some stuff that we don't know nothing about. There's a reason why somebody like Etuan could go on the Discord and do all this amazing stuff with somebody like me who been on Discord much longer than him wouldn't have a clue what the
Yeah,
fuck is going on.
it's the give and
You
take.
understand what I'm saying?
Give and take.
Hmm.
Like our era, like I know me and Nays, I can speak from Nays and myself. It was that out in the wild, you survive. You survive. You
Right.
get it. You experience people. You experience the bad, the good. And I think we're not speaking bad on Antoine's generation or nothing. It's just it is what it is. It's this era, and then it will change. It's like that survival instinct to get out there and survive with other humans is gone. Now everything is at home. You stay inside online, and then you can make a life out of that person, like a social life out of that. You socially interact with people online versus getting out there and talking with people.
Yeah. And that's the listen, you can't just go and stop a woman in the street and try to holler at her
Oh,
anymore
not
in
no more, not like that.
2026.
Walk,
Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
walk
Ain't
behind him at the
nobody
mall just to
trying
get
to
a
hear
number.
that. Either she gonna blow you off, ask you about a cash app, or pull a gun out on you.
That's crazy. Hey, what's your
This is
number?
the
I got a
world we
cash
live
app.
in.
Oh man, that is crazy.
Right. Because I hear my sons talk to me like this, talking about, I tried to, talk to a girl at the gas station. She had dropped something. I was just trying to give her what she dropped. And as soon as I start talking to her, she's talking about, well, you want to talk to me? This is my cash app. And I was like, huh?
What?
Oh yeah,
The
that's how
cash
they
app.
communicate the young girls. That's what I tell you, old head men talking about, oh, I could go beyond the wall of a woman and hit on a younger girl.
You can't.
I'm like, good luck, fella. You
You
gotta
can't.
there's fees to it. There's fees
Yeah,
to come for her DMs.
yeah, yeah. You ain't lying. It's like a what's it called? A pay per play, pay
Yep,
per
Yeah.
pay
type of
for
thing. Yeah,
play.
Like for
yeah.
me,
That's
to
all
me,
it
I,
is.
I, I take it disrespectful. I wish a bitch would tell me about her cash app. Then if I told her to get on her knees and swallow these kids, then I'm the one being disrespectful. How is
Yo,
how is that?
yo.
So
I had
basically,
BD. I had.
what
I
I'm
didn't even cut
basically
you off.
trying to say is if I ask you for sex, I'm being disrespectful, but you asking me for money is not just
Right,
as disrespectful.
It
When I
right.
don't
is.
know you from a hole in the wall and you don't know me from a hole in the wall. You
And that's
understand
one
what
of
I'm
those
saying?
things, BD. We were at last year. We were down in Georgia. Uh, man, I forgot what the county was, but we were doing some work. We went to a steakhouse to eat. We sat down. We just got off work, and these two girls came up to my cousin and a couple of the workers. And one of them asked me, and you pick up energy and you pick up the flags. It was like, okay, this girl just sees us buying these expensive ass steaks, and we're drinking really, we're eating like kings because we're hungry for one. We just got off work.
Right.
And so they see
Y'all
all that.
dropping it down.
Right. And then she's young. She's probably like 20, 24, 25. And I'm like, she tells me, hey, I sit down and eat, whatever, buy me a drink and like eat dinner with you guys. I was like, look, I ain't got nothing but dick for you. And that's it. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know you. We're not going to build a relationship. Just right off the bat, like, you can tell, like, the communication barrier was gone. And so what she does, 10 minutes later, she goes and gets one of the I guess the managers and comes, hey, she said she harassed you. I was like, no. She walked over to our space and said this and this and this, and I told her the honest truth. I ain't got nothing but dick for you. I don't know you. It ain't gonna go nowhere. I know it ain't because you're just kind of wasting my time, and I'm not gonna like waste my money on some random person I'd never met.
Right.
So man, BD, honestly, I thought I was gonna have to fight the manager. Like I thought I was gonna be dragged out because I was gonna eat my fucking steak. I wasn't leaving until that steak was eaten.
I
And
know it.
but luckily, the manager lady, she said, "Look, she came over to y'all. We did see and everything and all that. Like, do you want us to kick her out?" And I was like, "No, she can stay and watch me eat if she wants." I was like, "It ain't bothering me." But she bounced, and then that's the thing. Like, she got so defensive that because I wasn't willing to open up my wallet, and I told her the honest truth, and I told her people as she was leaving, pissed off, I was like, "Look, I can't." I told him, "You can't offer me nothing," because at the time I was 39. I mean, I'm still 39, and I'm like, I can't offer you nothing. You're not going to offer you absolutely. You're not going to offer me anything. So the only thing I can offer you is dick. What? Like we don't know each other like that. It's
Why
not. It's
you
not going
guys
to.
want to offer your tools to join? See, Dick
No, I
Discipline
wasn't. I
2026.
wasn't offering my dick.
It's not. He's not saying it like that.
Yeah, it was more because she was coming over there gold digging, like all about the wrong way, and all.
Oh,
It was an absolute stranger. Like I was kind of like letting her know it was like it's not gonna go anywhere. Like that's the only thing we could offer to each other at that moment in time. Like it's not gonna go anywhere. It was just she was gold digging. We were eating some expensive ass meals. We just got off work. We wanted to eat like kings. She saw the opportunity, thinking that we were just gonna give out the money. And you know what? If it was different, if she would have approached it differently in a different manner, it was like, hey, what do you guys do? This and this and that. I do this and this and that. That's a whole different conversation, a whole different mindset. but the attitude she walked up to the table to, I was like, okay, and then we need to get you up out of here.
Nah, I understand because listen, at the end of the day, people are gonna be people, right?
Yeah.
Everybody got a motive in this day and age. Nobody's just out here just to be out here.
Right.
Everybody got a motive.
Yeah.
It's just that's just what it is. And as soon as you come to realize and accept that people got a motive,
right.
You understand what I'm saying? Then then it'll be easier to accept, to swallow once you accept the fact that folks got a motive. Like, Nay, I was fit to tell you, men already know that we gonna pay for it, right?
We're willing to.
If we want it, we gonna pay for it. At the end of the day, if we really want something, we're gonna pay for it. But there's a way that we're gonna pay for it. You don't want no woman trying to tell you how you want to pay for it.
Right.
I agree.
And on top of that, if she's gonna come at you like you gotta directly pay for it, then bitch, you gonna directly do as I say. Yeah. If I got to directly pay for it. Because instead of you making it, as two people, now you making it more like a business transaction, like I'm paying for a service. So
you don't want it to be that way.
For a service, then bitch, I better get my service. I'm gonna be disrespectful and all that. If you're gonna come at me talking about, I need $500, I need to do this and I need to do that, then I could be like, bitch, you need to get on your knees, take this nut in your face, let me slap you around and all that. You understand what I'm saying? You shouldn't have nothing to complain about because I provided you provided me a service and I'm providing you and I'm paying for it.
Nays,
right?
Like, have you ever went on a date and you just like abandoned them in the restaurant or wherever y'all were at? I do the same thing.
I've never done that.
I sure have.
I don't go.
No,
I don't do
I thought you said yeah.
No, I never done that.
I have.
I have
a couple of times because you're not fit to waste my time, especially if you come out to me and you straightforward with it, like, look, I'm not expecting nothing. I want you to pay for this and pay for that, and then we could get along. Then I'm gonna come, since you making it a business arrangement. I'm gonna come at you like a business arrangement. Okay, well, you expecting me to pay for that. When I call you, I'm expecting you to get on your knees and do this and do that.
You know what? You want to hear something unique? You want to hear something unique? Yeah. I remember I went on a quote unquote date with a guy, the initial date. I don't know what it is. I felt so weird about him paying for my food. I was like, no, I got this. Don't worry about it. You pay for yours, I pay for mine. I don't want to make you feel like, well, I've done this for you. No, you've done nothing for me, sir. I don't mind paying up. If I gotta rob your masculinity that way, then let it be. But at least I'm gonna draw the line. Go ahead.
A real guy is always gonna pay for a date. Don't no real guy go on a date expecting the woman to pay for their half. That's not how dating's supposed to work.
BD Nays. It's so I have some of the young guys at the gym, even my cousins, they ask me, because you always ask the guy up above, the OG, even with women, young women go to like the older women for advice in life. Right. And like a lot of these young guys, one of the young guys in here, he was like, hey, Juan, like, do you not get like, want to have somebody permanent? It's like, no, it's not that. It's not that I want to have somebody permanent. Like, of course, everybody does. Like, you want to be with somebody if you can, and if you're willing to, but it's not, I don't want to be with the wrong person. And then on top of that, it's like because the young guy he was like, right away off the bat when we were young, you're like teetering left, right, trying to find the balance in life. And it's one of those things that as men, that a lot of young men don't know, is that as young man, you have to learn how to do things on your own without having to need somebody in your life to feel good about yourself. Because as men, you have to learn how to live on your own. Right. So that way you can be the man that you're supposed to be for that, like that special woman that's going to be in your life. You get married, you have kids. You have to learn that. You pass it on to your kids as well. And then same with women. Like my sister, she'll tell me a couple things that she teaches the girls, because I have a daughter, but there's things I know I can't like give knowledge to my daughter about. I know that. I default to the mom on that, even though the mom and I, we divorced in the wrong, like it was like a battle, but those things that we have respect for each other on that end. I don't ever whoop my kid. I let the mom do it because she puts hands on her whenever she gets on the line. So
Right.
I don't do it just because I just don't do it. I do it with my nephew. I whoop his ass like a pinata.
Right. Well,
But
here's the
like
thing.
one of those things
I
that we
was
just
real
respect.
hard on my boys. Like I got
Right.
two boys. You understand what I'm saying? They grown
Yeah.
men now. But when they were boys, I was hard on them. I whipped their ass and all that. I've never
Right.
laid a finger on my daughter
Right.
ever
Same
in
here.
life. Because
Yeah.
I cannot bring myself to do that because
Yeah.
she's a girl. You understand what I'm saying? And girls, I leave the girl, the disciplining of a girl, I leave that to her mama.
Yeah.
I let her
Yeah.
mama deal with that. If I need her to be disciplined, well, I'll yell at her. You understand what I'm saying? But to put my hands on her, no, I'm not gonna go. If I feel like I need to put my hands on her, that's when I call her mom. You
Yeah.
need to come get your kid.
Yeah. That's what I.
Come get
Yeah.
you need to
Well, I
come
don't
get
call
your
mine,
kid.
but I shoot her a text. Hey, she did this. As soon as she walked in the door, like I want to see hands. No, I don't. I don't. We don't plan the ass opens or nothing. We just like let it go
No,
as
no,
it
no.
goes.
Ass whoopings are never planned. Ass whoopings are always
Yeah.
sporadic and
Yeah.
spontaneous.
Yeah. And
That's what make a
when we
good
say
ass
ass
whooping.
whoopings, it's like usually always checking. Like there's stages to it. Like you check them, and if they still like don't like have that self control, because we're checking them by letting them know, like with like our language, like we're like waving our hands or whatever, or
Right,
like we're letting them know that hey, you need to calm your ass down. And then if they're still going, they're still going. I was like, okay, all right, we got to go into stage two. You got to
right.
go sit their asses down, and then so on
Got
and
to
so on.
upgrade a little bit.
Yeah, it was like, hey, look, you feel that little nudge I gave you? That means you need to calm down. And so it usually collects them like, but also at the same time, as parents, caregivers, whoever it is,
Nightish.
like,
It's
you also
first
have to
time
show
I
them.
seen you.
You have to give them that. You have to show them that you're the adult and you are under control when you're talking to them. So you
Right.
don't ever want to go over the top, yelling, cussing, this and that. Which sometimes it is hard with boys and then teenage girls. So it's like it's a little hard, but you have to show them like under stress there is control.
Yeah, that part. Because if you're not under control
Yeah.
and you feel like you about to lose it, then
Right.
that's not good for the kid either.
Right. I mean, and hell, man,
So,
Nate works in the professional field with like a bunch of people. So it's like that's why I went into the construction field on my own, just because I could be my own captain.
right.
But it is sometimes you do have to work with other captains. But Nate's being in the professional because I used to do software and hardware engineering for Bank of America and all that. Man, that's a whole different game. It's like political at the same time that you have to balance everything, the political side of it,
Right.
the
With the
agenda
tech
side of
side
it.
of it.
Oh, the calendars. There's like distributals. Dang, it's like basically you have to distribute so many things as like presentations, schedules, whatever, whatnot, and all this. You have to present so many things at the same time, and then when you do those presentations, you have to be politically correct because you just anything you do like a type up or whatever it is presentation, man, everything has to be balanced. They always look for that. They don't really care if you like come up with anything like an answer or anything. They just want to make sure that there's like some kind of communication, but also at the same time, it's like, yeah, we don't agree with what you're saying right now because a lot of people take it different. Like, hey, it sounds like you were wanting to say this and that. I was like, Jesus, I'm out. Like, I'm out.
All right. Well, let me get this out the way, Juan, real quick.
Okay.
For
What up,
everybody that's
Nightish? Looking up. Yeah.
in the chat and listening out throughout the world, this Big Dog Sports. I'm your boy BD. Like, share, subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell, the Cash App at the bottom of the screen if you want to donate to the channel. The link is at the top of the chat if you want to join the conversation. This is Saturday. All the games come on tomorrow. I'm gonna do both games. I'm definitely gonna do the first game, the AFC Championship. If I have the energy to do the NFC Championship, I'll do the NFC Championship too. And that's it, man. I just want to get the little PSA out there. Juan, you always welcome to come back. After you finish doing what you're doing, I'm up here with Nay right now. She gonna have her show at 8 o'clock. Something to talk
Mhm.
about. Y'all need to go check her out, support her, and all that. And we in the building, man. We in the
Yeah,
building.
man. Yeah, I was just on social media. I see a guy that I know that was a part of the old cast I was a part of, Queens Flip Network, and he's over here doing a dish rap on some cast members. Yo, podcasting could be, man, it's literally a soap opera in every
Of
sector.
course it is.
I even heard
It's a
that
soap.
in the
It is a soap opera. And
It
that's what I
is.
was trying to say before. Some folks are in character, and some folks this is who they are, and you just got to
Right,
know the difference between who's in character and not. You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
And once you
No,
figure that
that's
out,
right.
everything else is everything else.
Yeah, I'm starting not to take too many people too serious. So now it's like I'm better off laughing at you than me getting at you.
Right. That
So
part.
yeah.
And not for nothing, it's okay to laugh at yourself too. Cause
Oh,
I
I'm
laugh
big
at
on that.
myself all the time. You know how many clips I done looked at myself, say crazy things on people panel, and I just have to sit back and laugh at myself.
Yeah,
You
and
know
that's
what I'm saying?
healthy. That's why I put on a beard. The time I was wearing a beard, I was making fun of you guys, acting like a man, but not a lot of women are down to do that. I'm like, I just sit here with a beard, whatever. I'm with the fellas. I'm a part of the fellas. I'll do that. No problem.
Yeah. See, that's the difference, between, because when you see the stuff that goes on X, right? On X and on TikTok and on what's this other shit? Instagram and all that stuff. The communication things are different because everybody makes it personal. Like the X panels that I seen people post on the YouTube and some of the TikTok panels that you see people post on YouTube, they get so personally involved that it don't become content anymore. Do that make
Hmm.
sense?
No, it makes sense what you're saying. It makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna make content, keep it as content. When your content starts to become a offshoot of your personal view, that's when you
Hmm.
get into trouble. Cause don't nobody give a shit about what you feel personally.
Oh, big facts. But listen, BD,
Nobody
Skywalker just
cares.
hit me up. That's why he's not here. He must be busy with wifey. I'm gonna have to
Okay.
start up the live at I'm gonna start it up at 7. So I got the keys. I gotta turn on the lights today. And since that's the case, let me get my ass going. I gotta eat
All right, bet.
something before I start the show. But I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
start
surprised I ain't seen him, but it's all right.
I think that's why, because he just hit me
Yeah, he
to
got everybody. Again, we all got real lives at the end of the day. Like I
right.
said, the YouTube is just something to do.
Right, exactly. But anyway, let me skedaddle. Have a great show. I'll see you later.
All right.
All right, peace out.
All right. Well, yeah, this Big Dog Sports, like, share, subscribe, share the video, all that. We in the building this Saturday. And tomorrow I'll be doing both the games. At least I'm gonna try my best to do both the games. I'm definitely gonna do the first game. As for the second game, I don't know. It depends on how the first game went. Let me go get me something to drink real quick, y'all. I'll be right back. Oh no, I wasn't leaving Juan. I just went to go get something to drink real quick. But yeah, we in the building, man. I'm here for at least 2 hours. At least that. Oh no, Skywalker, you do your thing, bro. If you got something to do, you got something to do. All I know, we in the building. And I really wanted to talk about how y'all feel about the ex-Cowboy coach becoming the Steelers' new head coach. I find that to be real interesting. Matter of fact, Let me go pull that up for y'all because I think that's a real interesting thing. Let me see if I can find it on here. Here we is. Here we go. All right, y'all, check this out. Steelers verbally agree with Mike McCarthy to be next head coach. The Steelers have verbally agreed with 62-year-old Pittsburgh Steelers native to become their fourth head coach since 1969. Teams announced on Saturday afternoon. This, mind you, is according to ESPN. The news of the McCarthy hire comes just 11 days after Mike Tomlin told the team he was walking away from the role after 19 seasons. The Steelers selected McCarthy after interviewing 7 candidates virtually and 3, including McCarthy, in person. They also held an in-person interviews with Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores, who I mentioned before, he was the coach of the Dolphins, and Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver. McCarthy in his in-person interview Wednesday, while Weaver was in the building Saturday. Flores was interviewed first on Tuesday. So McCarthy, who didn't coach a team in 2025, spent 5 seasons with the Cowboys before he and the organization failed to reach a contract extension before the 2024 season, leading Dallas to bring in Brian Schottenheimer. McCarthy, who won a Super Bowl title with the Green Bay Packers in the 2010 season, brings title experience to the Steelers, who won last the Lombardi Trophy to cap off the 2008 season. So, with that being said, y'all, oh no, I see, Shenard, I don't do that. I don't there's other people out here to focus on the important stuff in life. And in my view, we all need an outlet. Sports is my outlet. You know, drugs is other people outlet. Liquor is other people outlet. You know, people come on YouTube to talk about, politics and race and relationships and, where we from, history. You got plenty of other people who could do those things. You know what I'm saying? Things that you might feel like are more important. You know what I mean? Everybody don't have to be a fan. I don't expect everybody to be a sports fan or to watch sports. That's just something I like. And I come on here to share my little sports knowledge with the masses. And that's pretty much it. I ain't trying to, I sure the fuck do. And I don't make no apologies for it. I'm 420 all day. And I will never apologize for that because it is what it is. But yeah, if you got something to say, Shenard, do you know the link is at the top of the chat? I don't run from nobody smoke. You ain't got to be on camera. I don't care about that. You just need to show me that you're a real person before I put you on. And then if you want to come off the camera, you know what I mean? You do what you do. But be it so I don't know you like that, you need to show me that you're a real person first. But the link is at the top of the chat. If you got something to say. Yeah, I don't run from nobody. I mean, I could talk finances too. Don't think I don't know about some money. I used to work on the AMX floor. So if you want to have a conversation about finances, we can have that conversation. So So elaborate on the stock market and how it's about to dump. Or are you saying it's about to become a bear market? What exactly are you saying? Do we want to talk about stocks? Do we want to talk about securities? Do we want to talk about energy? Or are we talking about economy, business? Like what exactly is that? Grab putts. Tell Explain to me putts. Is that an acronym for something? And yeah, of course the stock market is going to take a couple of hits. You have a president that want to prosecute the federal chair, the Fed Reserve chair. So of course the market was going to take a hit with that. You can't prosecute the Fed chair and expect the market not to react to that. Man, I'm sick of folks doing that. I'd rather folks go to the library at this point. I'm sick of AI. AI seems to be everybody's go-to when all else fails. You ask Google, ask Siri. Why don't we try reading a book? Why don't we try, actually looking at sources other than AI? Because what people don't seem to understand that all AI do is give you a general overview of what's going on. They're only summarizing information that's already out there. And see, that's the whole problem. People don't think for themselves because they got the AI to think for them and they got the cell phones to think for them. Critical thinking is not a strong suit of most people in 2026. And to your point, Etuan, why should you have to think for yourself when you got all this technology to do the thinking for you? It's made folks incredibly lazy. Oh man, she didn't bring nothing to drink. I forgot. Give me 1 second, y'all. And yeah, the future, it can be scary, but like most humans, we have to adapt to survive. You understand what I'm saying? You adapt to survive. But yeah, we could talk about finances because what's going on in the stock market and in the business world, with the political climate that we live in, is very interesting. Matter of fact, did you know that the US and China have come to finalize a deal on TikTok? Did you know that China finally willing to sell its interests in TikTok to Trump back investors in America? So now the folks on TikTok, their algorithms are going to change to what the Trump administration wants them to see. Are they going to be ready for that? Because this is a platform that got 150 million people in America on their platform. So the freedom that they've been getting, they no longer going to be getting in a minute. It's not going to happen right away, but give it a couple of months. And when their algorithms start changing and they not able to start talking about the stuff that they've been talking about, they all going to start having to come back over here. That's what's going to happen. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong though. But that just happened. And Shenard, to your point, you say, the stock market is on a rocky road. The S&P done had its best 2 days this year because of all of the Greenland stuff and the tariff stuff. Because Trump backed off of the tariffs, now the S&P done shot up. I be trying to tell people all the time, the president of the United States, the words mean something. When he talk, it affects the stock market. When he do certain things and say certain things, it has an effect on the market. That's with any president, but with Trump in particular.
Do you think we need cases of water?
Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. And Shenard, to your point, the market dumps anyway. It don't, regardless of who's in office. That's what the market's supposed to do. That's why there's a such thing called correction territory. Because the market has to self-correct in order for it to stay stable. That comes with the territory. And Skywalker, what the fuck you talking about, man? LeBron is not going to nobody Knicks. You tripping. Now, if anybody would go to the Knicks, it would be what's this dude name? The dude from the Bucks, Giannis. He might could go to the Knicks. But it won't be LeBron. The Lakers aren't fit to get rid of LeBron. If anybody come to the Knicks, it'll be Giannis. Again, 1 second, y'all. And ain't nothing wrong with being a Knicks fan. I love being a Knicks fan. The Knicks been my team since I was a little kid. And I like this current Knicks team, how it's currently constituted. I don't think they really need to mess with it. Every team has its struggles during the course of a season. It's an 82-game season. So if they have a struggle midway through the season, at least they struggling now. We don't want them to struggle, come March and April. So if they're going to have their struggles, let them have their struggles now before the All-Star break. But the Knicks starting five between Cat, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Miles Bridges, their starting five is as good as any starting five in the NBA. The issue with the Knicks last year is that they starting five played too much minutes. And by the time the playoffs came, they were pretty much burnt out. I mean, yeah, they were just burnt out. And no, we're not going to talk football butts. That's what we're not gonna do. See, you was up here, I'd have had to throw you to the back for that. You'd have had to get thrown in the back. Thank God you're not up here because you'd have got thrown in the back for that. But yeah, Skywalker, when you do come up here, I would like to hear your opinion on what you think about McCarthy going to the Steelers. Because I did find that to be, very interesting. And as for the NBA going right now, the Knicks winning right now. The Knicks are up 110-102 on the 76ers with 40 seconds left. We got the World Cup about to come. And for those of y'all who watch tennis, the Australian Open is going on right now too. Even though, I don't have too many people I know who watch tennis like that. I will watch tennis though. I tend to watch the college game more in January, February. I don't really mess with it too much like that early in the year. But the later in the year it comes, the more of it I'll start to watch, especially on the women's side, because I enjoy the women's college a little bit more than I enjoy the men's. I'll be perfectly honest with you when it comes to that. I'd rather watch the women than the men. And the Knicks don't suck. They better than any Florida team that you got down there. You come back, Shenard. I was just scrolling through something real quick. Like I said, I don't discriminate, man. Again, just you come back. I'm sorry I missed you. I had just clicked on something real quick, so I wasn't looking at the screen. I don't see you. You're not in the back. All right, now I see you. What's going on, sir?
Yo, peace.
How are you?
Yo, I'm good.
Can't complain.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean,
So
I wasn't trying to like, just disrespect you or anything like that. I just think that, sports, that's not something that you should like. Nobody should be worried this much about sports,
we
especially
not
what's
worried
going on
about
right
it
now in
though.
the
That
world.
that was my whole point. I'm not worried about it. The sports that go on in the country, that don't affect my real life none. You
All right,
understand
so
what I'm saying?
are you betting on
I'm
this
just
shit?
a fan.
Are you
And
betting
no,
on
I don't bet.
sports?
No, I don't bet on sports.
So why do you
I'm
talk
just a
so much
fan
about? Why do you care so much about it?
because I'm just a fan, and I like to watch sports.
So if you're
That
not
that,
if you're not
that
making money off of it,
I don't
what's
need.
the point?
I have a means to make money. I make money just fine. So
Are you
I
good
don't
at
need.
like
I don't.
tracking stats and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I track stats and all type of stuff. I know my
You know how to
stuff.
analyze all those stats and shit.
I can if I
Right.
put my mind
You
to it.
know how to, you know what it kind of sounds like when I see people this much into like tracking statistics and all kinds of shit, right? It looks like you're like you're tracking the stats of the specifications of animals.
Well, sports is an animalistic thing at the end of the day. It's about competing, right? And anytime you competitive is gonna bring out an animal instinct, the will to want to win. Because anytime you play anything, you play to win the game, right? Ain't that the
Right.
end of anything in life? Don't you play to win the game? If life
Correct.
is a game, aren't you playing to win?
Correct.
You're not playing to lose. So, like, sports is the same thing. Like I
But can't
understand
you
some
see it
people.
like it's almost like you're betting on like I don't know. It just seems inhumane. Like
Well,
there's people that are
that's a
out here that are
different thing
putting
for
money.
somebody
It's like
who's
watching a
actually
dog fight
betting.
with two poodles.
All right, well, let me break it down for you like this. The Romans were performing, having gladiators fight to the death in front of thousands, tens of thousands of people, and they thought that was fun.
But you're doing it to your own people.
Everybody's doing it to everybody. What
Who,
difference does it make?
which demographic makes up the? Hold on, wait.
It's
Which
not a color
demographic
thing.
makes up the majority of the NFL, and why do you think it is that way?
You talking about who's playing in the NFL? Black
The
people.
NFL, the NBA, right? And
The
why is that?
NFL, NBA, it's majority black. Where the
But I'm
NHL
saying,
is
why do you think
majority
that is?
white.
Why
And
do you think
Major
that
League
is? Is it
Baseball is majority Latino. What difference
right?
do
Right.
it
But
make?
I'm saying, why do you think the NFL and the NBA are majority black?
Because it's the majority black people who play the sport. Because let's be honest, football is cheaper to play.
Do you
Basketball is
think it has
cheaper to
something to
play.
do with genetics
No,
or a
I
lack
think
of
it
intelligence?
has everything to do with money.
Money? I'm saying,
It,
but like, do you think? I'm saying, but do you personally think that it has something to do with genetics?
no, I've never thought
Okay,
it
I
had
respect you
anything
because
to do with genetics.
I
I
feel the
think
same way. I feel the
it
same way.
has
Right.
everything to do with money and what you can afford to play. Like I grew up in New York City, weren't no football fields. It was basketball courts and handball courts and skating
But don't-
rinks. You
but
understand what I'm
don't you?
saying? So you
But
learn how to
can't you
play
see like can't you
when
see
you're
that like
around.
if it has nothing to do with genetics, right? And I agree with you on that, right? Why are black people overrepresented in the NFL and in the NBA?
Because as kids, that's the sports they can afford to play. You could play, it costs $8 to buy a football and throw it around in the street. It don't cost $8 to go to somebody golf course and learn how to
But I'm
hit
saying, but if you
18
look at
holes.
like if you listen, if you look at like what's the population, what's the percentage of black Americans in this country
I don't know.
compared
I
to
know
whites?
we're about they outnumber us about 4 to 1. If there's
Right. And you can include
350
Hispanics in
million
that.
people, if there's 350 million people in America, 220 million of them are white. There's only
Right,
about
right.
40 or 50 million black people. And then if you break down the black people, how many are African and how many are indigenous, right?
Oh, you're
Because
indigenous, right?
there's a separation in that too.
No, I'm saying you're one of those. You're indigenous, right?
No, I think I'm half and half because I
You
did the
have what?
research. Half indigenous and half African. I think my daddy side came off the boat and my mama's side was here in the Americas.
You say you think you're not sure.
I
Why you
think
not
I'm
sure?
not sure. But what I
But why
am,
you not?
and I only say I think because I'm not too sure about my daddy's side. My mama's side, I'm absolutely 100% certain that they were here, that they were not slaves, and they did not come off the boat. That they were indigenous to the Americas before Columbus, before Cortez, and all that stuff.
So
Listen,
you're
there's plenty.
saying you're
There's
50%. Hold on, you're saying you're 50% African and 50% Native American.
No, I'm saying I know I'm fit. I know I'm half indigenous now. The other half I'm not too sure about because I
What
don't know
tribe? What
too much
tribe?
about
What
mine.
Native American tribe?
I don't remember the name of it. I want to say Choctaw.
Choctaw. All right. But yeah, let me get back to the whole NFL and NBA thing. You know what I think it is?
Oh, hold up. Before you do,
A
are
lot,
you
a lot
indigenous,
of
Shenard?
nah.
You have African descent.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, but
yeah.
continue.
So the NFL and the NBA, right? You know what I think it is? There's like propaganda out there, right? Starting from like a young age, teaching black people, black boys specifically, that the only way that they can succeed is to get into entertainment, whether it's playing football, basketball, being an actor, being a musician, a rapper, whatever, right? That's all tap dancing, and black people were only like like 13% of the population, right?
Right.
The rest are whites and Hispanics, but I consider them the same. There's no difference between them. Like Skywalker, right? He'll be considered white to me, right? You
To
may look
you,
at him as an Hispanic,
even
but
though he's Latino.
that don't mean shit. All right, that don't mean anything.
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
to you, but I mean, in reality, he's a Latino man.
But can't you see how, like, even if you look at crime statistics, it's kind of skewed towards, they don't like to include the Hispanics that look like him, into like the crime statistics. They'll label it as Hispanic
Okay, well,
or
all
yeah,
statistics are
whatever.
skewed when all the statistics are controlled by one entity.
But the race
It, it,
shit,
it,
race doesn't.
it's
Do you
not
think?
like
Let me
it's
ask you
not
this: Do you think?
being
Do you think
controlled.
race exists? Do you think race exists?
I think, of course, race exists in
So you think it's
2026.
deeper than skin color, right?
We mean deeper than skin color. What skin color is your skin color. We
No,
can
I'm
see
saying,
your
do you think
skin color.
is race deeper than that? Is it like something genetic?
I know. I don't think genetics has anything to do with race. I think race is a man-made construct to keep
So
people in
why'd you say
order
that you believe race exists?
because it does exist. It's designed to keep people in order to separate folks. Of course, it exists. How wouldn't it exist? It's hard not to have a conversation in 2026 without having a racial undertone or overtone to it. That's just what it is now. I accept that and leave it at that. I don't make
My
it a
bad.
big thing because it don't affect my life in a personal way. It's not affecting me directly to care what race you are. I don't give a shit. You be Latino, you be white, you be Chinese. I don't care. Like, don't make me a difference. Your beliefs are your beliefs. I'm never been here to question somebody else's beliefs. Your beliefs have nothing to do with my beliefs, and my beliefs have nothing to do with your beliefs. We could always
Yo, my
agree
bad,
to
man. My bad. This shit
no,
keeps clicking off.
you find we
That's
could
why I put
always
my
agree to
finger out.
disagree. I don't have a problem agreeing to disagreeing with somebody because ain't nobody gonna ever agree on everything
But
all
I'm
the
saying,
time.
like, yo, do you think race exists? Yes or no?
Okay, it depends on what. Matter of fact, let me help myself out. Give me 1 second, Shenard. I'm not going nowhere.
Trying to
I
do
just
research.
yes, because I want to make sure that we on the same page.
I'm just asking you if you think race exists. Yes or no? If it
Yes,
doesn't, then you don't think.
I think
All
race
right, so then you
exists,
must think it's
but
a genetic thing, right?
I want to make sure that the context that we're talking in is the
Bro, it's a
same.
simple question, bro. Is race
It's not
genetic?
simple. Right, when you talk about race is a layered topic.
If you think race exists, then you must think it's deeper than skin color, right? Because like, I'm just based it off of that. You think race is something that has to deal with like skin color or skin tone or whatever.
Okay, hold on, because words have meaning, like you said. So hold on, real quick.
You said yes the first time. Remember that, right?
I'm not running from that. I do think race exists, but I just want to make sure
So stand
we
on
have
that.
the context the same. So I'm gonna
Don't
put the
tell me that you
definition
don't
of
think it's
race
genetic then if you think it exists.
on the screen so we could understand together. Okay, this is race. Race is a noun. Any one of the groups that humans are often divided based on physical traits regarded as common among people of shared ancestry. So, is that a genetic thing? Yeah, and in that definition, then yeah, it is a genetic thing because all
So
of
you
us
think it's
share
genetic, right?
genetic, huh?
You think it's genetic. It's deeper than skin
Yeah,
color.
the definition says it's genetic. So yeah, yeah, it's
All right. And
genetic.
you said you're 50%. What again? 50% what
No,
and what?
I say I'm 50% sure that my mother's side of my family were indigenous to the United States, that they were not brought here on a boat.
And then the other 50% is from Africa.
I'm assuming because I'm not sure about
You're
my
assuming.
dad.
You're assuming, right? So you don't
Yes,
know.
I'm assuming. I know I'm making an
All right.
ass
So
out of
so
me and you,
that whole
but
50% shit was bullshit, right?
no, not at all. I'm
You
sure
think
about
you
my
think you're
mother's side.
100% Native American, right, bro? You stop. Be honest with yourself, bro.
I am
What are
being
you?
honest with
What do you?
myself.
What are you,
What am I? At the end of the day, I'm an American. I was born here in the United States in New York City. I'm
bro,
an
bro, bro,
American.
bro, bro? You're not a Native American.
I'm an
That's bullshit.
American.
You just
I'm
said
an
you were Native
American.
American. You said you were
No,
Choctaw
I
or what?
said I said my family might be indigenous. They were not
Your
here for
people
no
come from
chattel,
Africa,
nothing.
bro. Your
Huh?
people come from Africa.
No, your people come from Africa.
So you hate
So
yourself that much to sit up
I
here
don't
and
hate
lie like
myself
this,
at
bro.
all. I'm
Who are you trying
American.
to impress? No, I'm saying, but
I'm
who are
not
you trying
trying
to
to impress
impress?
anybody. I don't
That's you.
have
Why you
no
laughing,
problem.
bro?
I don't have no
What's so
problem
funny? What's so?
saying that
Am I
I'm
laughing right now,
American.
bro? What's so funny?
I'm not laughing. I'm just saying I'm American. Oh shit.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like you're cooking yourself right now, bro,
I don't
and
understand
it's showing in the way
where are you going with this, Shenard?
you hate yourself, bro.
How do I
It's
hate
sad
myself?
that you hate yourself.
I don't hate myself. I love
Your people
myself.
come from Africa, bro. You ain't no Native American, Choctaw, whatever you just said. You ain't none of that.
Listen, I
And you
have
know it
proof.
deep down. You're just
I
trying to
have
pretend
proof.
like.
I have
Well,
proof
show the
that my
proof. What's the
mama's side of
proof?
the family was not brung here from a boat. I have proof for that.
All right,
So
what is that?
there's nothing you gonna tell me about that. I have the paperwork and I've done the research. So ain't nothing you gonna tell me about that. Now, in terms of my daddy's side, I don't know because I haven't researched it yet. But when I get to research it, then I'll know for sure where they came from. You understand what I'm saying? But to tell me that I don't know about me and my family, who are you to tell me about me and mine? I'm not telling you about you and yours. Don't come up here and tell me about me and mine. I know about
Yo,
me and mine.
what's the? I want you to think of a term that's used to describe someone that's like high as shit, right? It starts with a
High,
C. Yeah,
like
that's what
high
I'm
off a
saying.
drug.
Off of weed.
Okay, what about
Like,
being high off the weed?
what's the term that is used to describe someone whose eyes look a C word
Oh,
when
okay.
they're
The
high as
term
shit?
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you
you
don't gotta
thinking.
say it because
No,
yeah,
I
I don't
can
want to
say
say
it
it because
because
I
it's
don't want to
not a
get
bad
you a.
word. Weed
What is it?
causes euphoria. That's the term I'm thinking of.
No,
Euphoria.
I'm talking about a word that starts with a C.
What? Coon?
No, well that's I could say that, but I'm saying it's another word that starts with a C. When you smoke a lot of weed, your eyes turn what?
Chinky?
Yeah, you should have never said it because I don't want you to get a strike. But
For
yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. So
What's
do
wrong
you
with saying
think?
chinky?
Yeah, yeah. So do you think your eyes are chinky right now,
Yeah, they are.
or you were you born with those chinky eyes?
Yes, I was.
And where do you think it came from?
It came from my mama because her eyes
So
chinky
you
too.
think it came? So you think that's where you like you think that's where your Native American ancestry came from? Do you know those Africans that have those same type of so-called chinky eyes when when them
This
shits originated from
I'm
Africa,
pretty
bro?
sure there are. You know how we
You know
talking
a lot of
about
you
thousands,
abos think that, right?
Shenard. We're
A lot of you
talking
abos
about
think that.
we're talking about thousands and thousands of years of intermingling and inbreeding. Of course, there's going to be Africans with chinky eyes. There's white people out here with chinky eyes.
Africa is the most diverse continent on this planet, bro. You
So
have
I
you
don't
have
know
an
to
image
you,
of what
but
an African, a
genetics don't
so-called
work the way
African
you
looks
might
like,
think.
and that's what you're going off of. A lot of you abos think that just because you got so-called chinky eyes, oh, I must have Native American ancestry. No, that's not how it works, bro. You can find
Uh,
all
Again,
types of phenotypes in Africa, but of
I'm not
course, you
saying
probably have a.
that there aren't all types of phenotypes in Africa. I never said that. I'm not here to dispute
I'm just
what's
saying, I believe
African
that's why you
and what's
think. I'm saying I
indigenous.
believe that's why you think that you're Native American. I'm just guessing.
I
That's
don't
why I
think
mentioned it.
anything. That's
So
what you
you
seem
know,
to fail to understand. I'm not
you
speaking
you
from a
said you
point
know
of
you
I
Native American,
think.
right?
I know that my mother's side of the family was native to here. I
Why'd you
know
say
that.
think?
I don't think
Why'd you
that.
say think when I asked
I
you the
said
first time?
because you're not listening. I said I
No, you
think
said you
that
think.
my daddy side of the family might have came from Africa because I'm not too sure about where their lineage stems from because I have not yet to research it. Now, my mom's side, I have researched and I know now for a fact. I'm 100% certain that my mom's side of the family was indigenous to here, to the North American continent, that they did not come from Africa. Now, we speaking of thousands of years of intermingling, inbreeding. Everybody is mixed with everybody at this point. Ain't no such thing as a 100% pure anything. Ain't nobody 100% pure anything. You're not 100% pure African, just like I'm not 100% pure indigenous. You're not. Genetically speaking,
you could be like 1%. You could be like 1%.
It's one, even if it's just 1%, it's 1% of something
But that's what you're riding off of.
Impure.
But I'm saying, but that's what you're riding off of, right?
That's what you're riding off.
You set up here. No, you're saying that you first. I feel like I'm wasting my time.
What you're saying, you're misconstruing my words. We could always
when
go
I
back
first
and
came up here,
you
mentioned that you're 50% Native American, 50% African. Yes. And then you switched up and said, "Oh, I don't know if I'm 50% African."
Family came from here.
You said Africa.
Yeah, I said
your father in Africa. You didn't say your mother.
I said my father family probably came from Africa. I'm not too sure about that.
That's what I meant. So then you said before that you said you think for your mother's side. And then you switched up and then you said but then you think for your African side. You're not fooling nobody, bro. You can rewind this shit and listen to what you said earlier.
We could all right. So here's what I want you to do, Shenard. Go and replay the tape and then come back, clip it for me, and tell me exactly what I said. And then
I don't gotta do any of that. You already clipped yourself, bro. You think people in the chat are stupid, bro?
No, you really everybody in the chat know me.
Do you really think they're stupid, bro? They're laughing at you right now.
Everybody in the chat know me, and if they laughing at
me, they're laughing at you, bro.
That's good. That means I'm entertaining.
Even you're just showing teeth right now. That's how I know you. That's good. You know deep down that you're cooking yourself. You don't even care, bro. You ain't no Native American, bro.
And I am American. At least
you're like I'll give it like
no issue with that. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to say that I was born here.
So now you're American. I thought you were Native American, bro.
Nowhere else in the world but here.
I thought you were Native American. Now
I can be American and indigenous to America.
Can you be African American? Can you be African American? So why don't you say that?
You can be that. I'm saying
but why don't you, I'm saying, well, why don't you say that? Why don't you say that?
What?
Why don't you say
I say that? Because I ain't sure about my daddy's side to say that with 100% certainty. Maybe you could speak. We could only speak for ourselves. I
want y'all to put a. I want y'all to put a
for Black.
Hold on, real quick, bro. Real quick. I want y'all to put a 1 in the chat if you think this clown is African. Put a 2 if you think he's Native American, and put a 3 if you think he's a dumbass, a bullshit artist.
You know what? I think we could have that same poll, and I think all of them will point to you rather than me. I'm just saying.
See, you see, Slick Rick. That's a white boy.
About you, Shenard.
Slick Rick gave you a 2. He's white. You know, he's one of them white tap dancing. He's one of them white tap dancing allies. So he's right now. What he's doing, he's trying to pretend he's giving you some points right now. He's trying to play chess.
Okay.
Because he knows that he knows that you're looking like a clown right now. So he wants to. He knows what I'm saying is the truth.
Clown.
But he wants to like defend you for his little chess move.
He don't got to defend me. I don't need nobody defense to tell me. Ain't nobody ever gonna come up here and tell me.
Put a 1 in the chat if this clown is African. Put a 2 if he's Native American.
So who's the real clown? Put a
3 if he's a dumbass.
Who's the real clown here? See, I understand this is content at the end of the day. Like, that's the whole reason why
I'm trying to get you some views, bro. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
trying to get you some views.
yeah, help get me some
This
views.
could be better than Gospel of Bob, bro.
Nah, I ain't trying
You
to
know, I
be
gave
better.
you some advice earlier. You gotta
I'm not
get rid of
trying to be
that
better than anybody, bro. I'm
that
just a
sports
little
shit,
fish
man. You
having
know,
fun.
some
But
tap
at
dancing
the end
shit.
of the day, I'm an American, and I'm pretty sure you were an American too, aren't you? You were born here, weren't you?
That's not what I asked you though, bro.
That's
I asked
not
you where did you
this what I'm asking you. Were you born here, Shinar? I've answered your
right.
questions. Now you could
Yeah,
answer some. Now you could answer some of my questions. Were you born here?
yeah.
And is your family of African descent?
Yep.
Both sides of your family of African descent, your mama and your dad?
Yeah.
So you don't have an issue being called African American, right?
Right.
And your roots are on the African continent, correct?
Right.
But you have no interest of going to Africa to live, though, right?
I've been there. Plenty of
But
time.
you don't have no interest of going there to live. I've been there too.
You know, things change. You know, you never know what could happen next year or the year
Okay, you
after,
know what I'm
or
saying?
whatever.
Now, I've probably been to as many countries in Africa that you have.
That's what I'm saying. You never know what could. You could probably move there. You may move there next year. You never know.
No, I know for a fact I would never go to Africa to live
Why is
ever,
that?
because
Why?
the places in Africa I've been to Nigeria, I've been to Morocco, I've been to South Africa, I've been to Egypt. Those aren't places that I would feel comfortable staying at to live at.
Oh, because it's all black.
No, it has nothing to do with being all black, just because of the construct of their countries. You got to remember, a lot of these African countries, especially the sub-Saharan African countries, the places like Kenya, Nigeria, Niger.
That sub-Saharan label doesn't really exist. But go ahead.
Okay, the middle of Africa, not the Middle Eastern part of Africa geographically, not the Egypt,
What do you mean middle?
Libya.
What do you mean?
I'm
Where does that
talking
line
about
start at? Where does that start
the
at?
middle of Africa, where
So
you
like
have
Congo or some
Kenya,
shit.
where you have Congo, where you have Burkina Faso.
Bro, you sound like a white supremacist.
This is not white supremacy. This is
You are, bro.
geography.
You're a tap dancer. You're a tap dancer.
Are these
And
countries
you're
not
trying to fool
located?
people.
Are
Nah,
these
bro. You're
countries,
trying to fool.
Are these countries not located in the middle of the continent?
You're trying to fool people.
Are they not located in the middle of the continent? Yes or no? Are they not?
Depends
in
on
the
what you
middle
view
of
as the middle of
continent?
the whatever that means, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
Sub-Saharan Africa, where the Sahara Desert, the Sahara Desert takes up a lot of the continent of Africa. The Sahara Desert, right? It's a massive, huge desert that stretches from North Africa
You gotta
pretty
take a
much
geography
to
class,
the
bro.
middle of Africa. All those
You really gotta
countries
take a
in that
geography
region,
class.
in that horn, that's in the middle of
All right,
Africa.
I got you. Go
Those
ahead. Just keep
countries.
going. What's your point?
My point is, those countries don't have strong civilian governments. Those countries are susceptible to having to be overthrown by their militaries. Why would I want to go
You
live
heard of
in these
Botswana?
places?
You heard of Botswana?
I've heard of a lot of African countries. Of course, I've heard
So
of Botswana.
that doesn't. You never like.
Have
What
you
you
heard
think
of?
they're like?
Have you heard of Guinea Equatorial?
Equatorial Guinea?
Yeah, Guinea Equatorial. Same difference. You've heard of
Right.
that, right? You've heard of Niger, right?
Right. Niger.
You've heard of Benin, right? These countries, have really weak civilian governments, and they're prone to coups by their military.
So why don't you just say that countries, man? You think
So
all of Africa is poor or some shit?
No. I could probably go live in South Africa. I could definitely go live in Morocco.
Because it's majority. It has white people over there. That's what.
No,
You
I
need to
could
be
go
near
live
whites,
in Morocco
isn't
too.
it?
Morocco's all black, and so is Sierra
Right, because you
Leone.
hate yourself, bro.
I could go live in Sierra Leone if I wanted to go live in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is pretty much 98% black, 99% black. Liberia too is pretty much 98%.
Listen. The only reason why I said that because you already
99%
said
black.
You already said. I don't even want to drag this too long, but I'm saying you already said that your people come from America, right?
Yes,
I
my
don't think
on my mother's side of the family. Yeah.
and you think again, you think your ancestors, 50% of your ancestors may come from Africa.
Yes, may. Yes.
When people can see you,
I don't leave that out.
can see Africa in you, and you're sitting up
That's
here saying that
fine.
you think 50% of you comes from Africa. You hate yourself.
That don't make me hate
Disgrace.
them. How do you
You're a
equate to
disgrace,
me
bro. You're a
thinking that
disgrace.
I think that some of my ancestry might come from
Disgraceful, man.
Africa? How do you link that to me hating myself? I don't understand how you make that
If I would
correlation.
have asked Skywalker right now, he's asking for the link. If I would have asked him right now where his
There you
ancestors
go.
came from, he'll say
Ask
Spain.
him. There you go. There's
Yo, where do your
Skywalker right
ancestors
there.
come
Ask
from,
him.
Skywalker? Where your people come from?
America.
Bullshit.
America, man. What are you talking about?
Bullshit. Well, I'm saying, where do your people come
Before the
from, bro?
Alamo. Before the Alamo, my people were here. What are you talking about?
Where do your people come from, bro?
America.
See what I mean?
We are
You see?
European and Spain.
All
Probably
right, see, he can say Spain. All right, so thank you. All right, so that's enough. Don't
But
even try to even save the.
see,
No,
you can't,
bro. Just
you
fall
can't,
back, Don't fall
you can't.
back,
Hey,
bro.
listen,
This
hey,
is not
BD.
your show, bro.
I come up here to talk
This is
about
not your
sports,
show.
BD. Your title said all things sports, right? That's what
I'm not
your
Yeah.
done
title
with this
said, right?
clown, bro. Just
Right.
chill real quick. Just
For
chill,
So
chill, chill,
starters,
let
chill.
me.
you only get so many times to come on my show and call me a clown, sir. I
Ooh,
haven't
ooh.
disrespected you.
There,
I
I bet
haven't
that up
called
because
you
you
out your
damn sure.
name.
Because
You
I'm about to
You're
tell
not
you
gonna.
disrespected
this.
yourself first. You
Let
disrespected
me tell you
yourself.
something. Let me tell you something,
Okay,
BD.
I've had
Right?
enough of
And I
you.
know you ain't. I know I can't tell you what to do on your show,
No, I'm
but you
good.
need to
Like
handle your
I
show.
try to give people. Hold on, Skywalker. Just let me have this out. I try to give people a chance. You understand what I'm saying? I try to be fair because I pride myself on being fair. You understand what I'm saying? I understand everybody has their own ulterior motives. Everybody got their own intentions. Some people try to come on other people's shows just to try to make a point or just to try to make themselves feel bigger than what they are. You understand what I'm
Mm,
saying? So
hmm
I get it. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen Shenarda. I've been in the streets. Again, this is how I was trying to explain to Edwan. I've been in the streets. I understand some people. You got to treat some people a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? I
Exactly.
already know. I've been around Shenard.
Exactly.
I've been in conversations in rooms that he's been in. I see. I know what he about already. He act like
Exactly.
that I don't know what he about already before I let him up on the
Exactly.
panel. I already know what Shenard is about. I know what he brings to the table already. You understand what I'm saying? And I tried my best to let him talk. As long as he was civil, I was fine. But you're not gonna be coming up on my show and calling me a clown on my show. That's where I draw the line. You're not gonna be sitting here calling me names on my shit. No, that's what
Now
we're
y'all,
not gonna do.
that's what I'm talking about. See, they don't understand that. But what I was gonna tell you is, thank you for having me up first, and he definitely a clown. You handle your show what you want, and I know you. I know I ain't telling you nothing that you already know. You know what I mean? If you want to talk about sports, talk about sports.
I
You know what I mean?
that part.
Let a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
What I was gonna tell you to recommend you to do, right? This is you could do this throughout the day on your lunch break or whatever. You can go live for about 10, 15 minutes to make a not a short. I'm talking about a live where you could just talk about it right quick. Hey, da da da, you know, da, 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 10, 15-minute live while you're at lunch break and talk about a topic if it comes up. You know how you do your shorts? And I
Mm-hmm.
ain't talking about just at work. I'm talking about throughout the week. You could be at the house. You could get a news break. You can sit there, hey man, breaking news, you know what I mean? You can put the title breaking news, da 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 da, talking for about 10, 15 minutes, and then go on about your day. You ain't gotta have no panel.
Right.
That probably will
I
help, you
sure
know what I'm
don't.
saying?
I
Because
don't have to have a panel at all, but I enjoy the interaction. Like, I
yeah,
don't mind. I like to have different perspectives and views. You understand what I'm saying? I understand who's a troll and who's not a troll, who's a
yeah,
character and who's not a character. You understand what I'm saying? Like not too long ago, Imperius was in the chat not too long ago. You understand what I'm saying? So like, everybody's welcome to come and voice their opinion.
yeah,
I'm not here
don't come
to
with that
judge
disrespect.
people on their opinions. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But my thing is, if I let you on the panel, you're not gonna come on my panel calling me names. especially
Don't
when
come
I
on there.
haven't called you
Don't
that.
come with the disrespect. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to come do that. You understand what I'm
Hey.
saying? If you have a point
Yeah.
you want to talk about something, I'm willing to talk about anything because again, I'm versatile. I don't have to just talk about sports. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? I could have many conversations on many different things. You know what I'm saying? But I understand, some people just want to troll. Yeah, I got you too, Shanard. I listen. I let you on the panel. I let you talk whatever you're gonna say, but you're not gonna come up here and call me names on my shit. That's what
Yeah.
we not
Real
gonna
now.
do.
That's real now.
Now, you want to we want to have a conversation like grown men. We could have a conversation like grown men, but all that calling me a clown on my shit, nah, bro. We not fit to do that here.
He called you.
You
I
could
think
go
he called
somewhere
you.
else with that.
He called you something else too, but I forgot about it. He called you a clown, dumbass, and all. Like,
Yeah,
listen,
like
like I said,
I'm
you know what
that
I'm
that
saying?
that game. I'm not
Basketball
fit to
season,
play. You're not fit to
basketball
come on
season.
my shit and call me
That's
names
real.
out of my name,
Bas-
especially when all I did was respect you.
that's real. Basketball
So
season on this way. It's starting to get hot right now because mid-season is coming to mid-season. You know, they're gonna start really playing. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have plenty to talk about. You're gonna have
yeah, I'm
off-season
and
football.
tomorrow I got a big day tomorrow. I got two whole games. You understand what I'm
McCarthy,
saying?
McCarthy,
I'm definitely gonna call the first one,
yeah.
but the second one, it depends on how the first one go. If the
If
first
I
one don't go into
truthfully,
overtime and all that other shit, then
man,
I'll
listen,
try for the
truthfully,
second.
if it doesn't affect you and your baby, because you can do your thing with your baby while you're doing it up here. You know what I'm saying? But if it
Right?
don't affect time like that, I would do both games. Me personally,
Yeah.
even
I
if
mean,
you
I'm
had to
trying to do
start
both games.
over and do it, but I would run them all on one stream.
Yeah.
You know what I
Nah.
mean?
I'm
That's what I
saying
would
if
do.
I'm gonna do both games, I'm not gonna what you call it, turn off the stream and start over and do another one. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. If I'm gonna do both games, I'm just gonna do straight through. You know what I'm saying? Go from one game to the next. But I'm gonna need a little help,
LeBron to
and
go.
I'm gonna need a lot of weed.
Yeah,
You know what
listen,
I'm saying?
I'm yeah, I come up here for a little bit tomorrow. Damn right. Watch a little bit of the game.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
one?
just
Which
gonna
one
need a
starts
little
first?
help
Which one
and a lot of
starts?
weed, and I'll be
Which one
all
starts
right.
first? Which one starts first?
The AFC game is first.
Because I got Tourette's when you know what I'm saying? That you be calling it, I got Tourette's. And we could yeah, so damn right. We could do that.
And yeah,
We could
man,
stream
like
it.
it.
We probably most likely
That's my thing. I'm not fit
multi-stream it.
to. We could
You hear me?
multi-stream. We could do whatever. It's all good, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's just
What time
YouTube,
you said the
man.
first game?
It's 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock.
Oh, so what you gonna start at like 2?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start at like 2 so I could get my pregame in.
Shit, you got listen, look where you at now. I know before I came in, you had like 10 people in the chat. How much you got in the chat now? You
Oh,
remember
I
you
don't
used to
know.
have one and two. You have to look at
Oh
the
yeah,
top.
from before. Yeah, when I
Yeah,
first
but look at
started
the top.
doing it.
Look at your top. It tells you how much people you got in the chat.
Yeah, I
Right
see it.
there
I
by
see it. It says 12 right now, which is
see
which is
that?
cool. You
Look
understand what I'm saying?
okay. Where was it at? One, two. Look
Yeah,
at you. You
one,
know what I'm
two.
saying? Listen.
When you first started coming up here, when
And
it was just me and you, it was just one,
listen.
two.
All that shit they talking about, right? Eventually, even from you know what I'm saying, Bob, the people that like to talk sports, let me they're gonna
Right,
come over here and they know you don't just talk sports. Mostly it's gonna I'm pretty sure mostly it's gonna be sports, right?
right.
Mostly, right? It's gonna be like what, 70-30, know
Yeah,
what I mean? Probably.
about that.
But you
It's
but you're
sports
not
and
gonna
politics.
but you're not gonna not dismiss the politics if someone comes
Right.
up here,
I'm
right?
never going to dismiss the
So
politics.
that's
I'm
what
never
I
going to do that because
that's what
it
I
goes
keep.
hand in hand.
And like I said, them little shorts, if you do like a 10-minute short, label it breaking news. McCarthy has went to Pittsburgh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just broke that on my live. Yeah, that
Yeah, you
McCarthy's
see what I mean?
he's the new
Yeah. I know
Steelers
you
head
I
coach.
heard that. I don't think it's gonna do nothing. You know what I
You don't
mean?
think he can
But
affect the Steelers like how he affected the
nah,
Cowboys?
I think nah. I think we need to get Tomlin. Well, I think Cowboys need to get Tomlin. I'll take Tomlin.
You take Tomlin over McCarthy?
Damn right. Damn
Yeah, I
right.
would too. I'm with you with that.
And
I
what is
take
Tomlin
Tomlin over
doing? He
McCarthy too.
retiring or what? Is he retiring or is he
Yeah, I think Tomlin's retiring. I don't think he's gonna coach again.
mm, I don't know, man. He might come he might he might who knows? He might come back out, come say, I'd be a Cowboy fan, like a roach. Huh? He's a infested what? He infests it's what is
Oh,
it's his nature, his
yeah,
natural
listen.
habitat.
Some
Oh,
people, are just not naturally, trolls. You understand what I'm saying? So I get that. So I don't
some people
care.
are
You know what I mean?
annoying.
Again,
You know
as
what I
long
mean? You're gonna
I always
go
will
ahead.
give somebody a chance to, explain what they want to explain. But what you're not gonna do is come up here and start calling me out my name on my shit. That's what you're not gonna do. Now, if you have something to say, you want to talk about a topic, you have something you want to say, we want to debate, we can debate and all that. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey
I just
BD,
draw the line at the name calling stuff. You're not gonna
yeah,
come up
hey,
here and call me out of my name, especially when I haven't called you out of yours.
that's real now. Hey
You
BD,
understand what I'm saying?
I should have
Show
been
me the same respect I show you. That's all I
that's
ever
real.
ask to anybody.
That's
Show
real.
me the same
That's real.
respect that I show you, and we
That's
won't
real
have no
now.
issues.
Hey BD, I should have been banned a whole bunch of people, huh? The way they talk shit to me.
Right. Exactly. You could have banned a whole bunch of folks. Adam, what's going on with you, sir? I love your
What's up,
fireplace.
Adam?
It's very nice. But please, man, I'm about to go roll up and I don't want to be sleepy looking at your Yule log.
Mm.
But I he generate a video of a cozy Yule log with crackling audio for you. Would you like me to create one now? No, I
Wolfpack,
don't
what's
need
up?
you to
Wolfpack,
create.
what's good with you? Says
And
Sky Boy,
Wolfpack, I
you're
see you,
Mexican,
brother.
so it's all good. Hey man,
And
shut up,
Wolfpack, man, I
Epoxy.
appreciate you. Juan, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of y'all,
Hey
man, for
man, y'all
just
get
coming
them
in.
likes up, man. Y'all share the video. I know I'm talking them, but goddamn, I'm about to get off. Y'all get the likes up, share the video, subscribe, hit that like, everything, join, everything, all that shit, all that good shit. We need
Right.
him to
And
get up
and
to
and
500 so
support
he
and
can get
support the
monetized,
show,
man.
man. Hit that cash app, man. All I need
Cash
is a
app right down
dollar.
at the bottom.
It's a
Silent,
dollar, man. Y'all could give
Silent
all
Smith
of y'all
one.
work. Y'all could afford to give y'all boy a dollar for my efforts. If I ain't worth a dollar of y'all life, man, what am I doing this for if I can't get
For
a
real,
dollar?
man.
Right?
All right. So what do you think about the McCarthy thing? And
I
who are
think
y'all getting? Who are y'all getting? Uh-oh, Tomlin. Tomlin. Y'all might get Tomlin.
we're not gonna get Tomlin. We got Harbaugh. You
Oh, y'all
forgot?
did get Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, we got
Damn.
John Harbaugh, the old Raven coach. He's the Giants'
They
new head coach.
they said no cash app and I think they got you got PayPal,
Yeah, I got
BD?
I got PayPal.
I think they
Okay.
got PayPal and Adam saying they ain't got no cash app, but I think they got PayPal. Ask them if they got PayPal in Canada.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got PayPal. Shinar, we could try this again, but we're gonna respect. You're not gonna come up here and be calling me names on my shit, bro. That's what we're not gonna do now. You want to have a conversation amongst men, we could do that, but we not gonna be doing all the clown and tap dance and shit. I'm
He
not for all that.
don't tell this man what he got to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, my
What?
bad, bro. And I apologize. I apologize. Like I don't mean, I just got caught up in the moment. Yo,
You
I don't
seem
usually disrespect people first, bro. I usually wait till they disrespect me and then I get them back. So I don't. My bad for that.
well, yeah, because I didn't disrespect you at all. I didn't call
Right.
you anything. So I
But yeah, man,
understand where all
I
that
really
came
want to
from.
get. I'm trying to really understand the mindset of someone that thinks this way, right? Because I mean,
That
if you were to ask anyone up here, they'll say that you're black. Your ancestors came from Africa. So let me ask Adam. Adam, like if you were to look at BD, do you see a Native American or do you see someone of African descent?
I see a human being.
Bullshit.
Uh,
Bullshit. You're one of those I don't
I
see
see
color, right?
I'm a man. BD's an American man. That's what he is.
Right. That's how I
See,
see my
No, I was
that's
asking
what.
extraterrestrial.
Adam.
I'm
Hold
an
on. I thought
American.
that was Adam. Yo, Adam, answer the
Yeah, yeah,
question.
yeah. Adam ain't Adam is just sitting there showing his fire. He said he sees human. Hey, Adam said they got PayPal there. But
So if BD
no.
is human, why?
Hey,
Yo,
hold
hold on,
up.
real quick,
Hey, hold
Scar,
up.
just real
Hey,
quick.
hold up. No, no, no. Hold up, BD. So check this out, right? Who you got winning tomorrow? Who you got winning?
I
Let's
think it's
talk
going to be
football,
the
man, because
Seahawks
this is what
and
I
the
want to talk about
Patriots.
before I get off. Then
It's going to
y'all
be the
can talk about
Seahawks and
whatever.
the Patriots. Like you
I've
said,
been
Skywalker, you the one who called it.
oh
You called
listen,
it.
I've
You
been
called
saying
it. It's
that.
going to be the
Listen,
Seahawks and Patriots.
now listen, now give it now. Now
You
give it.
called it.
I
I
didn't
got to
call it
give
from
it
the
to you.
first. Listen, I didn't call it from the beginning. I didn't call it from the beginning. Now, I did. I put my Jumanji together, right? And you see, I called the Shador thing out damn near to a T. How that was gonna happen.
Well, I thought
You
Shador was
remember?
going to start week 4, but he
Yeah, I
didn't
know
get to
that.
start the week 12.
You remember I
Yo,
told y'all
I
that,
Skywalker,
was
right?
way off.
You remember I
Skywalker, do you
told
play?
y'all. You
Can I ask you
remember
a
I
question,
told
bro?
you. Hold up. You remember I told y'all that, right? You remember I told y'all when you said he was poor, I said no. What's gonna happen is what's name's gonna get hurt. They're gonna know what I'm saying they're gonna do something and it's gonna take for Dylan Gabriel to get hurt for him to get in the game. And then they're gonna let him ride out. Know what I mean?
Well, he did get hurt, and now he here. So he ain't going nowhere now. Dylan Gabriel will never be the starting quarterback in Cleveland again.
Nah, he's
Yeah,
probably gonna
that
get
ship.
traded.
Yeah, he's gonna get traded. That ship done sailed for him. Now,
Yeah,
where
he's
he's
probably
gonna
gonna get
go, I
traded.
don't know. But Shannار, I do want to ask you a question while I got you up here. You seem to be very well versed in finance. What does your portfolio entail of?
Can I ask Skywalker a question real quick?
Can you answer mine?
Yeah,
It's
let
not
me ask him real
Skywalker
quick
show.
before I
It's my
forget it.
show.
Now, just before I forget, bro, just real quick. It's cool.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So, yo, Skywalker, do you place any sport bets?
Yeah, I don't be no big bets. I just places just to have fun.
So
$10,
you're a
$20,
gambler.
that's it. No,
You gamble? You're not a
a
gambler?
gambler will no,
Mm.
a gambler will gamble their last money. You know what I mean? You feel me? $10 ain't
You
nothing.
smoke
Twenty
weed, right?
dollars,
You smoke weed?
yeah, damn right.
You drink?
No, no drinking.
You just some never mind. All right, so you just smoke weed, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
what's
all
wrong
right.
with that?
So you smoke weed, you play sports, you use like DraftKings, FanDuel,
No,
those
and
stupid apps.
I only do it like once I do like probably all year. I probably play like five, maybe six times.
You play at the casino, or you just play it
Oh
use
no,
one of those apps.
no, on my app. I got hard rock.
Okay.
Do you bet,
Well, yeah. Why
Shannard?
don't you guys? Hell no.
So that's not some. So you don't sports bet. You make
He,
financial
he
bets. You
trying
play
to
on the stock
yeah.
No,
market,
no.
right?
Well, I sell option
Yeah,
contracts. So
everybody
I'm gonna
bets,
get back to
but
your question, BD. I
yeah,
sell option contracts.
hey listen, he trying to get me on the gotcha and that type of shit. You know what I mean?
No,
Thinking
no,
that
no. I'm just
I'm out here
asking, bro,
spending
because
all my
like,
money on this shit. No, I don't spend that shit. I spend like 20, maybe $30 at when I do bet. And I've
so how do
won
your
and
profit
I
and
lost.
losses look like?
Um, I think I'm a
Are
little
you
bit
up or
over on profit. Yeah, just by a little
you
bit.
think you
Yeah,
think
because I've only played probably about 100, no, probably about 102, and I've hit like three tickets or two
102?
tickets.
You place
No,
102 types of bets,
100 or a hundred or 200. You know what I mean?
$200
All year
bets,
long.
or
No,
all year?
that's how much. That's how much I've.
This year, this
Yeah,
year.
I told you I don't
So you
bet like
placed
that.
like $200 since the beginning of this year.
Listen, I haven't played like
You said all
around
year long,
two.
bro. I'm
Yeah,
twice 20.
about
All right,
two.
so since the beginning of this year, you placed $200
Yeah.
bets.
So, so maybe one day I'll
Damn, bro.
probably put like $2 20 bets or something like that. But it was only like 5 weeks out the whole year. You know what I mean?
What about last year?
No, I didn't play last year.
Bullshit.
No, I didn't.
You think I believe that bullshit, bro?
Well, if you talking about last year, at the end of last year, yeah, considering this
So not oh, so you
yeah,
lied
but
now. You
not
lied,
last
right?
year. Not last
Oh,
year,
not last year. So you lying again.
not last football season.
I'm
Last
saying,
football season
did you place any sports bets last year, 2025?
at the end in
You
football
think?
season.
You
No, at
think?
the
All right.
end
Bro,
at
I'm done.
the
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
at
I'm
the
done.
end in football season, I was
I think
betting.
you lost
What
more
don't
than
you
you.
understand?
I think you lost more than you gained. I think that
This is
you're
what it
chasing
this is
losses
what
right now, and
this is
that's why
what
you're into the
idiots
sports
do.
shit.
This is what idiots do right here. I'm not even betting
What's that?
tomorrow. This is what idiots do right here, right here.
You think I
See
believe
that
that bullshit,
VD?
bro? I don't believe that shit.
VD, this is what a dumbass would say. An idiot, you know what I'm saying? Like him. He bets on the stock market, but he wants to talk shit. Know what I mean?
I don't place bets, bro.
This shit, dude.
I
You
sell dreams,
gamble.
bro.
You don't sell
I
nothing.
sell
You s-
dreams.
you sell your ass. That's what you sell.
See, he's hating now. See,
Motherfucker.
Create.
I mean,
Say,
that's what
you
you
know
Shinar,
what I
said.
told you was the truth, bro.
You
You're down bad right now.
you like
You're
a
Shinar,
chasing
teenage
losses right now.
you like a
Shinar.
teenage
I
mutant
can't.
ninja turtle.
Hold up,
I can hear
Skywalker.
it. I
Hold
can
on,
hear it
real
in your
quick.
voice.
Shinar,
Hey, he
Yeah,
like a
Shinar.
yeah.
teenage mutant ninja turtle. You
Hold,
hear me?
yeah, hold on, Shinar.
He's
My
cooked. He's cooked.
question
He's cooked.
again. What does your portfolio look like, sir?
Oh, it's good.
No, what does it look like? What does it entail?
Nothing.
Well, I sell calls and puts.
Hey, listen, entails. Listen, this is what it entails. It entails Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, and Master Splinter. That's what it entails with his
So
motherfucking Ninja
so
Turtle looking
so
ass.
like,
Hey, I'm gonna holler at
can
you,
I
BD.
explain,
You hear
bro?
me?
You
I
stood, yo,
appreciate you for
chill,
having
bro.
come
Just
up.
relax, bro. Relax.
Nah,
Just relax.
I gotta
Relax.
go chill with my lady, man. I'll holler at y'all. Appreciate you, BD.
All right,
I'll
bro.
see
All
if I
right,
can
All
peace,
right,
connect
peace,
you if
peace.
if
Skywalker.
you're still
I'll
up.
let you.
Yeah, he's cooked. So yeah. So I sell option contracts. I don't even hold stock. Like, so I'll sell like a naked call or a naked put. So
Okay,
I'll short calls or I'll short puts.
what is a put? Can you explain to my audience what a put is? Not everybody knows all the financial speak. I know what you're talking about, but they might not know. What is a put?
Yeah, it's just a contract that states that you can be able to sell a unit, which is like a basket of 100 stocks at a certain price at a certain date. It's like an insurance policy, right? So you have let's say you bought a car at a dealership, right? A brand new car. You're required to get full coverage on it, right? It's gonna cost more
Chenard,
if you pay cash for it, right?
Chenard, I don't mean to cut you off, but I got a $5 cash app to remove you. So you're gonna have to wait 5 minutes and then I bring you back and you
Yeah,
can
it's cool.
finish
All right, I
telling me.
got you. I got
Wolfpack with the $5 cash app. For Kick King Chenard, please have a good one. Thank you, Wolfpack, for the $5 cash app, man. Chenard, you got 5 minutes to cool your heels and think about what you to answering my question because I did pose you a question and I will give you the opportunity to answer it, but I have to, respect my bounty when I get it. And no problem, Adam, man. I appreciate you. You want to test your thing out. I'm happy I was able to help you out. You know, but again, this Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD, man. I'll be here for another maybe 5-10 minutes. And I appreciate y'all for coming through, you know, being on the panel, being in the comments and all that stuff. That was really cool, y'all, to come and show up on a Saturday when it really ain't no big sports things going on, not till tomorrow. At least all the big stuff. We had a couple of NBA games and all that. Listen, Wolfpack, I'm not worried about that, man. My skin thick. I've been called so much far worse than that. So, like, I don't worry about any of that. But Miss D, I seen you was in here too. I love to holler at you about what you think about Unrivaled when what's going on with that right now. They're starting to warm up on the women's side of things. I've been paying attention to that, and I also been paying attention to the whole college women's thing. I find it interesting that they got Iowa as a 10th seed nationally, even though They really haven't played anybody but Iowa State and Maryland. But we're going to see, you know, I think that's interesting. And Wolfpack, man, thank you again for the Cash App, bro. I appreciate you. But yeah, man, I appreciate all y'all for coming through, you know, having conversation with your boy. Again, the link is at the top of the chat. You know, I'll be here for a little while longer because I've been enjoying talking to y'all. You know, this is a sports show, but we don't necessarily have to talk about sports per se. You know, I'm kind of, you know, versatile. I could talk about pretty much whatever, depending on the subject. You know, I'm not an expert at everything, and I don't claim to be. I know a little bit about a little bit. So, you know, whatever's on your minds, man. Wow, I got another 10, 15 minutes. I probably get off here like 6:40, 6:45, something like that. Okay, well, you know, Adam, you get your thing up, and you know, you do what you do. But you know, I'm here. You know, I kind of, I'm just here. I'm blowing amongst the wind, man. Like, I ain't trying to, you know, be a hater. I don't go on other people's channels disrespecting. Now, we could debate. You know, I'm entitled to my opinion, just like you entitled to your opinion. I try to be fair. You understand what I'm saying? I'll let you, you know, have your opinion. You could have your opinion. You know, I'm not here to, you know, to refute your opinion or not refute your opinion. We could debate, you know what I mean? And we can agree to disagree. Because, you know, everybody is not going to agree on everything all of the time. You understand what I'm saying? And I do understand that this is a circle. That's my Cash App right there, bro. For anybody who want to Cash App me, and it's at the bottom of the screen in the banner. So you know. But yeah, man, I try to be fair because I like to hear different perspectives. I'm trying to learn stuff. I'm not here to like judge people. I'm trying to learn because I'm not going to sit here and act like I know everything and I'm the end all because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a normal, regular person. And I got normal, regular problems like everybody else. You know I'm not as high energy as a lot of people. I'm not going to come on here and troll and talk all crazy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not that. I'm more in my element when I'm talking about sports because that's what I enjoy. But you know, again, I could talk about whatever because what it is, whatever. With this 2026, the world is a very complicated place, and there's a lot of things going on in the world. And yeah, KC, to your point, baseball season is coming, and I need my Yankees to get a World Series finally. But they're gonna have a rough road because the Dodgers already tooled up. You know, the Dodgers, man, the Dodgers is it's a tough task trying to overcome them when they got the best. And not like Aaron Judge isn't a great player because he is, but you know, the Dodgers do got the best player in baseball on their team. And that's a fact. Yes. 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 Yeah, I mean, I have been through a lot, Wolf, and that's why I could talk like how I talk because I've seen a lot of stuff. Now, you know, again, I can't expect everybody to agree with me on stuff. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not here for everybody to agree with me. We all don't have to agree on everything. That's not how real life works. Epoxy was good, man.
What's up, BD? How's the weather down in your area in Georgia?
Oh, right now it's cold, but we
It's
haven't
cold, man.
started getting the snow and the ice yet.
Yeah.
That's supposed to come
That-
tonight.
Yep, that's where we're right now. I'm in Charlotte, the Charlotte area, and
Yeah,
it's just cold. It's just the air, man. That's all it is. It's just that dry, still cold air.
yeah, like here it's cold. Like 30 degrees in Georgia is cold.
Yep,
We're not
and
used to that
especially out in
kind
the
of
wooded area and the
30
boondocks,
degree
ooh,
shit.
that's even worse.
Yeah, down here 30 degrees, people aren't ready for that. Down
Yeah.
here, we not built for that kind of stuff down here.
Yeah, that's so.
Like
You remember when in
out in
Texas
New
when it
York, we
froze
be
over?
chilling.
Because I remember in Texas, and what was the other one in Florida when it got
Yeah.
cold and
Yeah,
like the
Texas, I
little
remember Texas when
yeah
it
the
got
little
real
lizards.
cold. It shut all the power down
Yep.
and all that. The grids went down and
The
all that
housing
kind
was
of stuff.
messing up and all that. So they weren't
Yeah,
built. They weren't built for that. And that's one thing about people in Florida. Like if it drops below where it gets like the low 80s, they start wearing like sweaters.
all right. Soundbound. Shout out to you, man, for the $5 cash app, and KC. Shout out to you for the $5 cash app, man. I appreciate both of y'all, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate for supporting the show, and thank you for being on the panel, Epoxy and Juan. If I ain't never get to thank you, like thank you for everything you've done for me, man. Just
You
thank
don't
you.
have to. You don't have to. You know that's how it is. It's just kind gestures to another person. Pass it on. Whenever it's your moment and your time, just pass it on.
Oh yeah, I don't have a problem passing it on.
Yep.
And you are female. I'm sorry, Sound. I don't know. I only look at your avatar and I can't tell.
Or man, we're just
I'm so
saying,
sorry.
man.
Sometimes on the YouTube it's hard to tell who's a man
Yeah.
and who's a woman. You look at an avatar, it'd be a cartoon, it'd be, something random. So I can't tell. You understand what I'm saying? Unless you come on the panel and speak, I can't tell if you're a man or a woman. So if I messed that up, I apologize. I mean no harm. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Good things happen to good people, and bad things happen to bad people, because that's how karma work.
And the bad things, BD, like it's always like the bad things are some of the best things that happen to two people, because those are the things like that test your personality and who you are. Like it really tests you. Either it changes you or it makes you better and aware. And, those are the best trials in life. Like God
KC,
gives us
what's
stuff
up,
all the time.
Epoxy?
What's up, Sky?
Just chilling. I seen you up here, so I come up here and say what's up to
Oh
you.
yeah, see, it smell good on this side, Skywalker. It stink where you at.
Yeah. It's a little better
Shit.
over here. They got air fresheners over here.
Oh man, that's crazy as hell.
They got air fresheners over here.
Right, we don't smell like tacos over here.
Hey, hey, did
Taco
y'all
Tuesdays
see?
every day over there.
Did y'all see the other guy get popped today?
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. How is all these people getting popped like
Hey
this?
man, he pulled the gun on the damn. He pulled the gun on the damn ICE officers. These protesters are following people around with,
Now look,
and I'm not
did he pull
saying.
the gun? I saw
I'm
what I
not.
saw. I'm not saying he pulled the gun. What I saw was that they pulled him down, and then they said that he had a loaded weapon. Was it strapped? Because he's allowed to have it strapped on, but did he
Yeah,
pull it out on him?
yeah. I'm not saying
But they
that's
shot
what
him on
I'm
the
saying.
ground.
But I understand that epoxy, but all I'm saying is that
Yeah,
I'm not saying you're not going. Don't carry. You know what I mean? But
right,
come on now. You know what I mean? Y'all know what time it is. They know what time it is. You know what I mean? So they to me, it's like they want to pull the rent house. You know what I mean?
right.
That's just to me. They might be in their
Yep.
own city too, but that's what it looks like. They want to pull the rent
Here,
house.
here's what I see, and I know BD. I'm in the middle. Like I'll tell you again, and I always go to control. Can you control the situations? But I'll tell you this: like with the police, they can control it. They are not that, and that's where I think them not involving the local police is the big problem. Because if
Yeah,
you're having like protests, you can protest no matter if you agree with it or not. That is a right that you have to have. Now, and I do get it. I do get it. Like there's boundaries that you cannot cross. Now, what I'm saying is that I'm watching these like videos and stuff, like these shootings and these like altercations. All those ICE agents, I don't want to say all of them. Clearly, they're not fucking trained. Like
No,
clearly, they're like reacting to a reaction of a troll in their face or whatnot. Police officers, they got self control. There'll be some that break, but those police officers, they for the most part, they have self control. These people like these agents, those are like recently hired whatever type of people. Like they're reacting to a reaction, and that's what I go. It goes back to me saying that there's not a control. It's out in the public. Like you can't control that. You lose
right.
control of it. So I think they should have long ago. If you were going to involve the National Guard, get them involved so that they can be the actual like bodyguards or like the actual control. Like you have no control. Like there's no control figure out there. The police, National Guard, there's no control figure. They're not that. They're just out there reacting to everything.
Well, one where I stand is this: when in America did we start the trend where not listening to law enforcement is a good thing?
Right. And I agree with that. Yeah. And in turn,
when did that happen?
right. And I agree. And then that goes to Sky's point. You have to obey law, and there's a figure that you have to obey. And then that's all been gone. It's all gone. Like everybody wants to be above the law, like natural, like regular people out here. Like they just think they're above the law. Like these officers, firefighters, doctors. Like some majority of people out in public now think they know better than them.
Yeah, and to me, that's the trend that's fucking everything up.
Yeah.
Like when did we start thinking that we could go up to law enforcement and tell them what to do when they're the ones who's supposed to be the authority? They're the ones that they're the reason why we have order in the streets now.
Yeah.
Because we supposed to have this social contract that we listen to law enforcement and they keep the streets safe.
I agree. And that's
supposed to be the trade-off. We listen to y'all, and then y'all keep the streets safe,
right,
for us, right? So if we can't have that dynamic, we're gonna be fucked up out here. If we can't have that dynamic,
is that are we at three incidents now?
Yeah,
it's 3, right? It's not. It's like I was telling Scott. It's not gonna get any better. It's not, and it's all been in one city. Like it's not, and like the thing is, it's that I feel like somebody on the Homeland Security side is like getting that ego stroke and like, oh, look at these people, they're not falling back. Like I need to keep pushing. I was like, dude, at some point in time, you got to have the law or National Guard or something installed because it's not gonna get any better. It's just clearly there's no control. Like there's not, and that's the bad part. Like it's one of those things where like I use as a talking point as like, look, at some point in time, America, a lot like Americans like are supporting ICE, whatever, you support whatever you want. It's a free country, but at some point in time, like you can agree to something so much that it's a freedom taken away from one side, and then when the other side gets in power, and then we don't like something, but they agree with it, now it's another freedom taken away. Now that's 2 freedoms taken away, and then it goes back and forth.
How much longer do people go? Allowing their freedoms to be taken away where they have where the time comes where enough is enough.
Right.
You can't just go around taking people's freedoms away before there becomes a line. You understand?
Right. I agree. And it's so what you're saying is because you remember when Biden was in office and they were shutting up Republicans and the people on the right, even with like voters, the public, politicians, they were shutting them up. Like basically their freedom of speech were being taken away. And now it's the other way around. Now we get to do it to them. It's like you can't take people's freedom of right for free speech. And freedom of speech is a form of protesting, social media, what we're doing now. It's one of those things that no matter if you like it or not, you don't have to agree with it. Like to just don't get, it's like it goes back to the being emotional. Don't react to it so quick that you're just gonna be negative. Like be the balance, no matter what. Even like, look, it goes even back to Trump being Trump, the president and the leader. Even if you didn't like Obama, whatnot, you can't please everybody, and you're gonna displease the people that even voted for you. So it's like it's one of those roles that we're like, yeah, it's just honestly, it's just like a figurehead. you're not like they're really not in charge because it's like a whole house. But at
Right.
the same time, it's a position that does respect from the people that even if you didn't vote for them. But it's one of those roles where you're gonna piss off people, and people are gonna like what you did, and there's other people that are not gonna like what you did, and those people that didn't like what you did are gonna like other things that you did. So it's like it's a
Yeah,
win win.
like to your
It's a
point,
lose lose
you
situation.
can't please everybody. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? For
I
for
wouldn't
every
want that
for
position at
every
all.
two people you please, you're gonna
Yeah.
displease four.
Yep.
That's just what it is.
That's why there's great leaders, man. JFK, the people that get following, even to like Kirk, Charlie Kirk, even though he was just a speaker, I never really understood how so many people like. Well, I can understand why they loved him because he had talking points that people agreed with, but at the same time, it's like I don't know how you could love somebody so much, follow somebody so hard. All he did was kind of like just speak, like he
And
spoke to
they
people like what they
seen,
agreed.
listen, they seen he was they seen he was the 2032 president, and
I
he was
agree with
gonna
that.
make a lot of changes.
I
I'm talking
agree.
about. See, people don't believe. See, I'm not intelligent like that. I've been told, you know what I mean? But I got something that I
I'm
can
just
see shit, you know what I'm saying, for some
right,
reason, right? And I told people this, that if you look what he was doing, oh, he wasn't doing that much. Oh, he wasn't doing that much. But now if you look at young people, 20, 19, 21,
yeah,
like you see, when I scroll through my shorts, I see these kids getting asked questions. Hey, which one would you date? And
right,
he'll be like, none of them. She's like, not even her. She said da da da. She's like, well, if you know what I'm saying, I know she's a hoe and she hangs out with her. No. You feel me? That's what
right,
he put like, oh, I like 3, 4 bodies. I'm just using that as an example of
right,
how it was being changed. You know what I mean?
right,
Towards the right. You feel me?
right.
So it was being changed, and I think they were seeing that he was going to make a big impact, so they had to take his ass out. In
And
my
that's where
opinion.
that's where I saw that so many people like it's like I'm saying it was like I don't understood how so many people could like fall in, not I don't want to say in love with him, but like have a support for him. But then when I like again, it goes back to let me get out of my personal feelings what I think about him and let me look at the whole foundation. I was like, okay, he literally has so many people from like different cultures, backgrounds, and everything listening to him. So oh, I see what he's doing. He's like gathering such a big audience that it's not really an all white audience. It wasn't really an all black audience. It wasn't an all Asian audience. It was an everybody audience that I saw with him versus
Hey,
like
I'm gonna
others
show
where
you.
like you could just get like
Yeah,
one demographic.
yeah. I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you
and that's
another
when you
person that.
become very dangerous when you start
Yeah.
appealing to the
Yes.
masses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna tell you
one
another
Yep.
thing
person.
to appeal to a certain demographic,
Yep.
but
Hmm.
when you start appealing to the masses and you
It's
have
it's
crossover
dangerous to
appeal,
the power. Yep.
yeah,
Listen,
that
I'm gonna
that
tell
makes
you
you dangerous.
right now, and he's upcoming. But I'm gonna tell you who they're gonna have to watch out for. Watch
Bob.
what I'm gonna tell you. This no, no. Um, that dude
You
Cam
said
Higby,
Bob, I'm dead.
that dude Cam Higsby.
Yeah, I know you're
Um,
talking about. Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
him, and I would say Nick Shirley. But I'm not. I'm gonna keep it real. Nate Shirley is better speaker than I am, but he ain't no top. Cam Higby is like he can articulate really good. Nick Shirley, he can articulate really good, but not as good as Cam. If y'all listen to him, y'all see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to him in the hearing, Nick Shirley, he's real man. Listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Nick Shirley. Know what I mean? Nick Shirley is that dude. He's been exposing a lot of shit. Shout out to him. I'm just saying, Cam Higsby, that's the one they're gonna have to worry about. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
In
You
my
while
opinion.
while I
if we're
got
gonna
both
be
of
that,
y'all up here, I'd like to ask y'all a question. I'll
go ahead.
let y'all finish, but then I'm ask my question.
Go
Yeah, hey,
ahead.
listen, but I gotta go. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Appreciate you
All
for
right.
having me up. I'm
All
gonna
right,
holler
Sky.
at y'all.
We catch you later,
All
man.
right, Epoxy. Yes, sir.
Peace, brother.
All right,
Be
Kyle
safe.
Walker,
All right.
be
Yep,
safe.
you too.
Well, I asked you, Epoxy.
Go ahead.
Did you catch the article or the report about Jack Smith testimony in front of Congress?
No, but I did see when that was when I got because I get my notifications on my phone when it was happening. But no, I haven't. I haven't even gone back to even look at it or even read a report on it. No, no, I can't. I can't answer anything to that.
Okay, because he was talking. Basically, he was saying that Trump belonged in prison. That's
Yeah,
pretty much what he was telling Congress, that Trump belonged in jail.
and that's the
In
thing.
his
It's
opinion.
like that's what I'm telling you. It's like these personal. You get one side that's in power, and then they want to it's payback time, and then it flips off. It goes earlier whenever they were saying it was like, oh, you're attacking with what's his name, Aztec. I was like, oh, this is not about Trump, and I knew you weren't making it about Trump. It was like you were talking about the system that like it's been abused and stays abused. He just abuses it in his own unique way.
Right.
And
That's
yeah,
all.
and it was like,
That's I guess that's what triggered me, because that part seemed to be going over everybody's head.
right.
Like, I wasn't talking about Trump per se.
Right.
It had
Yeah.
nothing to do about Trump. That's why I mentioned Bill
And
Clinton.
that's where it goes, Speedy, with the Michael Jordan and LeBron
LeBron.
thing.
Right.
That if you love LeBron so much, if you love Jordan so much, but you're only talking about the actual NBA, the game of basketball, and not the two players, you always want to revert like, well, why are you talking about LeBron like that? And they're like, no, I'm talking about the game,
Yeah.
not the actual player that's there now. The game itself, like how they changed that game themselves, and then like what they did to that game. I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about the game.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was
I
just
understood
talking
you.
about the system. The
Right.
system is broken, and it's been broken for a while because it's paid for.
Right.
The money is going to both sides equally.
Right. And I know growing up in Mexico, and then like my parents, they're always when we came to the States and watching this and this and this. I've always seen that as I was getting older and like I was starting to pay attention to politics more. I felt like that rug freedom. I guess if you could pretend like we were all standing on a rug, and it kind of like every era that little rug was like being pulled away, rolled up, pulled away, rolled up. Just because I guess I was used to the Mexican like political system where like, they bluntly told you in your face what you're getting, what you're not getting. It's just like with how the Mexico sent over like so many like cartel members and whatnot, and then like even my mom, she's like old school. She's like they gave them some random people like that were gangbangers or something. So it's like they ain't getting what they're getting.
But yeah, that was my only argument I was trying to make last night, because I understand folks are Trump supporters. They hardcore for their president. I get that. You understand what I'm saying? But what I was talking about had nothing to do with Trump. And everything I was saying last night had a lot of truth to it. What he is doing in your face, where other folks were doing it behind your back. He's just doing it in your face. And people respect that more. That was the only point that I was trying to make. Like, it is what it is. Like, motherfuckers, you know what I mean? This shit is politics is a business. AOC went into politics coming off the street as a waitress. She's worth $1 million something now.
I don't know damn where, like less than 5 years? Less than 5?
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it ain't just the Republicans doing it, the Democrats are doing it too.
I know when they said that like that Trump was giving up his money, I was like, yeah, because that measly check that he gets as president don't mean none of what he can bank off somewhere else. It's like, come on now. Like,
that's all I was saying. Like, the man done made $1 billion in a year.
Look, even like get this, BD. I don't even care if they do that. As long as it's like they drive the car right and they don't wreck it.
Right.
I'm fine with it. Get us there. I'm fine with it. Whatever you gained out of it, you got it. Like,
as long as you don't drive the country into a ditch.
Right.
We okay.
Right. Yeah.
Just don't drive the country into a fucking ditch.
Mm-hmm.
Like George Bush did with the whole, financial debacle in 2008. You drove the country into a ditch.
Man, you ain't lying on that, man.
And this is the reason why you got an Obama presidency, because George Bush drove the country into a ditch.
You ain't lying, BD, because when I was in college, I was about to graduate. Because I was doing at the time I was in electrical engineering, and like we were about to graduate, and the new incoming students, the freshmen, we could hear our professors telling them like, "Are you sure you want to get into electrical engineering? The field is because of what's going on, because it was like after Bush and this and this." And I was like, "Well, damn." I was like, "That shit. It doesn't even matter if I get a degree in electrical engineering and get a job." I was like, "Shit." The what now?
Did you fill out?
No. I passed out. I passed. Fail out.
You have a degree in electrical engineering.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, Poxy pretty smart.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like BD. Yeah, go ahead.
I can hear it in his voice, bro. You ain't got no.
Tell me some more. Tell me some more.
Yeah, epoxy
Fuck
pretty
outta here.
smart. He
Oh
ain't
no,
really
no,
dumb.
BD, I'm broke. I live in a 2-story house. That's made out of cardboard under a bridge on
Do
85.
you work in the field then? What do you do?
No, hell no. I don't work
So what do you
anywhere, bro. I'm poor. I live off the government. EBT.
so you put epoxy on floors?
No, I put it on
Are you an
walls.
electrical engineer? Oh,
Nah,
okay.
nah, none of
See, I
that. That's
just
all
caught
fake.
on. Yo,
King, that's
BD,
all.
you believe that
King,
bullshit, bro?
I knew you would
See how
catch
people
on,
lie?
King.
You see how
Bro,
people
I'm
lie?
telling you, you can't trick a cockroach, BD. I'm telling you, they
But yeah,
infrared.
just real quick.
You trick
I came
chocolate.
over here just to give y'all some good
Go
stock
ahead, go ahead.
advice, right?
Yeah,
So I sold
yeah.
a
Give
bunch
me
of
your stock advice, Shanor.
I
What
sold
you
a
got?
bunch of calls the week before. Like the week before, like the first crash that you seen, right? So I sold another bunch recently. So when I sell a call, right, who am I selling those to? Gamblers, right? People that think that the stock market is gonna go up. You
You're
know,
hustling.
whatever Trump is saying out in the news is all bullshit. Don't believe any of it. He timed it perfectly, but it was already the market was already showing signs that it was gonna crash since like last week, even 2 weeks ago.
So
So how do
basically,
you
you're
Right.
saying
explain the
that
S and
you
P
see it
having
coming.
its best 2 days of the year if the market is crashing? The S and P went up 300 points the past 2 days.
Does it like you gotta think of it, yeah, you don't have the same mindset that banks have,
No, I'm not
right? Like
talking
you
about in
really
person. I'm just saying that's the numbers. They went up 300 points the past 2 days. So how is that a reflection of the market crashing?
Hey
Is
BD,
my
let me step off. I gotta log on and finish these bids before the
okay,
deadline.
Epoxy, I
I'll
appreciate
talk
you
to you, brother.
coming,
Be
bro.
safe. All right,
Thank
Keith.
you.
Good man.
all right,
Salute
peace,
to you,
peace.
bro.
But yeah. So you gotta just change the way you think, right? And Trump, I don't really got much to say because I don't really whatever he's doing in the news, it doesn't even mean anything, right? Like I really think he's trying to fuck over, his constituents, his political base. He's trying to fuck them over really in their 401ks. But really, all I'm saying is everything
Well,
is
what
gonna
is he
dump
doing to the
again, and
401ks?
this time is
Elaborate
gonna
on that.
be.
Because we all
I don't
got
even want to get too
401ks,
deep.
so that's important information. Elaborate on that. What is he doing to the
Right,
401ks
right
that
now
might
the
affect the
banks are looking.
average person?
Right now the banks are looking for a way out. They want to profit off of like the recent gains, right? If you look at the S&P 500's performance last year, if you really study it, it didn't really gain a lot. It may seem like that. It may seem like it did, but throughout the year there were a lot of dumps and a lot of pumps and dumps and pumps, and so a lot of people lost money during those times, and a lot of people gained some and lost some. So they sort of like balanced their their financial uh data out. Basically, you could say that.
So
All
in
right,
your
so
puts, when you selling your
it's
puts,
irrelevant what I'm saying right now. It doesn't
no,
even matter what
no,
the
I'm
year already
finna ask
passed.
you a financial question. When you selling your puts, right? Is your puts, do they derive in securities and derivatives,
I
or
said
is
no.
it
I'm
a whole nother thing?
selling calls, so I'm shorting calls, call
Okay.
options. Right. So
So
if you're
how much
shorting something, like it's like when you short a stock, what are you doing?
you're applying risk?
No, you yeah, you don't even know any of this stuff, right? Like if you're shorting a stock, right? If you're short selling, like
Oh,
let's
short
say
selling a stock. That's what you meant when you
right,
say short a
right.
stock. Short selling a stock.
Yeah, what is that?
Short selling. I'm assuming that's when you sell a stock that's supposed to be overvalued. When you're selling it undervalued for what it's supposed to be.
You sell something higher than what it's worth because you know that in a future time is going to go down in value. So like let's say like I want to sell someone a zip of weed, right?
Right.
And instead of
Well, you
me
don't have to
getting
use
that,
weed. You could use the actual stock. Let's
oh,
say
you
you
smoke
got an
weed, right?
Apple stock. Let's say
Yeah, I'm just you.
let's say you
No, I'm
got an
saying I'm
Apple
trying to
stock.
simplify it for you. I'm trying to really,
You don't
tell
got
you
to
like a.
simplify it for me. Again, I used to work on the AMX floor. I know
I'm
my
not saying
finance.
I'm not even trying to. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just trying to because you get it right. Or do you want me to
I do.
explain it to you?
No, I don't need to explain it to me.
I don't think you do, bro.
But
So
if you
like
want to
basically,
explain
it's
it to
like
the
it's like
audience,
getting
you can.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to do that shit right now, man.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's like getting a zip of weed, right? But let's say someone hits you up, they want a zip of weed. You're like, oh, I don't got it right now. But yo, if you give me, let's say $100, right? You know that you ain't got it. Well, no. Let me say, give me $300, right? And then I'm gonna tell him like, yo, if you just wait like 3 days, I'll be able to give it to you for that price. It's some good shit, right? I know that the price of weed is gonna drop within those 3 days, right? For whatever reason, it's like probably like a drought. Well, not a drought, but let's say it's the streets are flooded with weed, right? I know the price is gonna drop. I already have the money. I give the money to the plug. He gives me the zip or whatever amount that I decide to get, right? And then I give it back to him, and I saved a lot of. I gained money in that. That's a bad example though. I never sold weed in my life. I'm just telling you right now. So I'm just saying, like, you get it, right?
No, I'm letting you. It's your floor, sir. Go ahead, explain.
Yeah, that was a bad example. Bad example.
Give a
But
better
basically,
example.
it's when. Okay, so let's say a stock is at like $20, right?
Okay,
And I know that next week is gonna drop down to 15 or $10, right?
right,
And you think it's gonna go up to like 25 or 30. I'm gonna sell you that stock for 20, and then when next week comes, I'm gonna buy that stock back at 15 or $10 and deliver that stock to you that you paid 20 something for. So you
right.
lost $10. I gained money from
Yeah.
the difference between the price that I got it at and the price that you pay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically short selling. So if I'm selling a call option, which is an option that states that, if a stock is going to rise, people think it's going to rise, they're going to buy call options, or they
Okay.
may just buy it as like a hedge towards whatever positions that they may have, or they may use it as insurance, right?
Right.
So they get it. I'm going to sell them that call. In my mind, I'm thinking I already know where it's going to go, and they're thinking, and so after the value of those call options declines in value or just goes to zero by the expiration date, I collect the premium, they take the loss.
Right. So you win and they lose in a
Right.
nutshell.
It's like the casino, basically.
Mm-hmm.
If you measure the odds like at the blackjack table versus like baccarat or at the slot machines,
Right.
who's gonna win more? I mean, what game has better odds of the for the person playing?
Well, the blackjack will have better odds than the person on the slots for sure.
Right. You can also say baccarat. Also, slots are already fixed. The same
Right.
thing with sports betting. You think that shit? You think whatever stats that you're looking at, you think you can make predictions off of who's gonna win or lose, or who's gonna score whatever amount of touchdown? You can't really. It's as simple as someone deciding, like, hey, like, let's say pick a random player. They got family everywhere, right? They can just say, hey, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna try to score this amount of points, place this bet, and I'm gonna do it with finesse, so no one takes notice. All of them are doing that shit.
Well, there's a huge market for the sports betting. There's millions of people that
And why do you
sports
think
bet,
they
play
advertise that
parlay,
shit?
and all
Why,
of
why
that.
do you think that? Why do you think they advertise that shit everywhere?
Yeah, because they making a killing. That's why.
Right, and
Like
because
me,
the
I,
shit
I
is
don't
rigged.
I don't sports bet or gamble in
I
no
know you
way.
don't, but but people that watch your channel do that. So they're gonna look at you as if you know what you're saying, and probably may place bets. And I mean, I like when I hear BD Sports, like I'm just the title and what you put in the description of this channel. It seems like a sports betting channel. So, like, what's the purpose of even if you're not making money out of it? What's the purpose of watching, right?
Okay, well, to each his own. At the end of the
Because
day,
Skywalker, he just admitted he gambles.
yeah, I mean, some people play the parlays, but I don't tell people what to bet. I just give my opinion or what I think is happening from what I have seen. So if you want to take my opinion, that's on you. That I'm not telling you to take anything that I say verbatim That's your choice if you want to take what I say verbatim. But I'm not telling you, I'm not putting a pew to anybody's head and say, this is exactly what's going to happen and this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm not doing that. When I make a prediction, I'm just squarely saying my opinion of what I think because I don't know. And I will never
let me
come
ask
up
you
here
this.
and act like I know for sure what's going to happen when I don't.
If this is all true, right? Why is your Cash App scrolling at the bottom of the screen?
Because I'm on YouTube. And the
And you're
point
doing
of
this for what?
the point of streaming is to get people to support you.
Right. And right. So you're doing this for what?
I'm doing it for fun. And if I could make a couple of
Bullshit.
dollars from it, why not? I am spending my time, right?
Right. But I mean, if you
So
got
if
to be
I'm,
honest with yourself,
let me answer your question. If I'm spending my time to come up here and sit in front of this camera and have a conversation with the masses with a bunch of strangers that I don't know, why not put my Cash App up here? Why not have people come and support my channel? This is most people on YouTube when they come and stream, they not just sitting here to stream just for the sake of streaming. They want a little bit of support. They want to feel like whatever they're saying that is getting out there. And by putting your Cash App on the screen, it lets people know that, look, that I'm serious about doing this, that I'm here, and that it's okay to support my stream. I don't think there's nothing wrong with self-promoting yourself.
let me ask you a why. Okay, I'll give you a why not. You want a why not?
Sure.
It makes you. I mean, if you weren't doing this for money, right? Honestly, bro, forget it, man. What I really wanted to say, the stock market is going to crash next week again, and this time is going to go much. It's gonna take much faster than what it did this week.
Is it gonna
Today is still
affect
Saturday.
the masses like it did in 2008 when it really crashed, when the banks failed and all? Is it gonna be like that?
Not on
Or
2008
talking
scale.
about
Nah.
a numbers crash?
When I say crash, that you got to take it how you may take it. It could mean anything, right? It could be a flash crash. It could be, but when I say crash, stocks every stock has to rebound at some point, right?
Right. I understand. That's why there's correction
and those
territory
rebounds are
involved.
meant to trick. They're meant to trick people. A bunch of idiots. So all I'm saying is basically you should just sell everything, get some puts, profit off of those puts, sell them at the right time. Do not get greedy, because again, it's gonna go like a roller coaster until it goes down into the tunnel, right? Yeah. So another perfect opportunity would be Monday. It's gonna crash before then, though. Once the futures market.
Well, what do you think about
opens
people
up.
buying more gold and silver and more commodities and less U.S. bonds? What about that part?
I mean, it's a gamble, but they should have been got in on that. I mean, that's not something I don't really focus on gold or silver. I don't. That's like for those are longer term investments, and plus, like
Yeah,
this
that's what I'm
recent
saying. Because
spike,
it's the
this
longer
this
term
recent.
investments that pan out more than the short term ones.
Yeah, I mean, those are for people that are just. It's a certain type of person that invests that way, right? I mean, these people think they're gonna live until like 200 or something.
Maybe.
By the
But
time they're able to enjoy that money,
yeah, some people don't think about the here and now, Shinar. Some people are thinking 10 years, 15 years, 20 years.
But that's stupid in itself. You got to think right now because you don't know what the next 2 years are gonna look like, which is what I'm saying. Everything's gonna crash as far as like the stock market, Bitcoin, even interest
You think
rates. I mean,
Bitcoin's
it's gonna
gonna
be a
crash?
perfect time for you to. It's gonna be another good time for people to buy.
You think Bitcoin's
couple of
gonna
months.
crash?
Yeah, I don't even play crypto. Let me say that I don't play crypto. I don't. I wouldn't tell anyone to play that shit. But
Okay,
if
so
you have that shit, you should sell it.
Crypto's a bad move, just a bad look, period.
Yeah, I don't mess with that. No. Yeah, I remember back in like 20, I think it was 2015, Coinbase, they had this promotion where they'll give you like a fourth of a Bitcoin for
Right.
free if you sign up.
Yeah,
And
I
so I
remember
used
that.
to like, I used to, and I got into crypto trading before then, but you can create like mad accounts by yourself and collect those coins. But I spent all that shit on like junk food, some stupid shit, and then I started trading stocks and options later on.
I see. Do you work for a firm or are you working for yourself?
Nah, I don't work for nobody.
So you work
When
for
you sell
yourself.
option contracts, you're pretty much like you're a market maker when you're selling contracts in a way. But the banks, those are the ones that are making the big money. They don't even, the amount of money that they're gonna make from retail investors during this next week is crazy, man.
Hey,
Because a lot
Shannon,
of them got
speaking of
back in.
speaking of retail, what do you thought about Saks going down? What do you think about that? You know about Saks, right? The retailer, Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yeah,
You've heard about them, right?
the
What do you
company,
think
right? I don't
about?
know anything about the stock or anything. I don't.
Well, yeah, they
I,
they
I
they have
mostly focus on like
they've lost a lot of
ETFs.
value over the last 2 months. Saks Fifth Avenue because the retailers aren't selling the same premium luxury items that they were selling before. They're getting overtook by online spaces and all that. That the actual department stores are losing a lot of money. What do you think about that? The shift between people shopping online and
Yeah,
people actually going to the store. What do you think that
I can
dynamic
see the
plays
stock.
in the stock
I can see.
market?
I can see the stock crashing, but I can also see them sort of like transition to like an online. They're gonna sell most of the locations, but mostly focus on like digital orders and stuff like that. I can see that.
Well, let me ask you
Like
this.
companies like Target or Walmart, they're not going anywhere. But like high fashion or anything like that, most people are. I mean, especially in this economy, yeah, you should. I would short that.
Well,
But
let me ask you
like I
this.
said, I'll
The
short it.
Targets
Go
and
ahead.
the Walmarts, right? How long do you think their business models can succeed in this climate before they start
Yeah,
turning to the Amazons of the world and all that?
well, they're already doing that. Target
I'm
has
talking
their
about
own.
when it becomes when they start losing stores and all that. When you think that'll happen, when the stores start disappearing, everything becomes an online thing.
Not anytime soon. They have their own sort of like delivery network. They have what they even have a subscription programs that people can sign up for. Walmart Plus, you pay a certain amount, you get free delivery. People are gonna use that. Target has I think it's called Target 360, and
Right.
then they use Shipped to deliver. So yeah, they still have that. The gig economy is not going anywhere. I think, and I see that increasing in the coming years. So
What what what
Saks
what do
Fifth
you think
Avenue,
about
they
the
don't have
other?
that. They don't have it.
What do you think about the other gig economy stuff? Like let's say, for instance, ride sharing, right? The Lyft and the Ubers of the world. Where you think those stocks are going to be a month from now, 2 months from now?
I
Because a
can't
lot
give
of
you an
people
answer,
use
but
the ride sharing, even the stuff like DoorDash, Uber Eats, stuff like that. How far you think those stocks can go in the future?
I'm not. I mean, I look at like Uber and Lyft type of stocks. Um, there's Instacart, there's Grubhub, DoorDash. Yeah, I look at them at this. Those are like gambling stocks. People. A lot of shares are owned by a select few of people. It's a lot of. It's really. But I don't. As far as like that industry, I don't see it declining within the coming months. But as far as the stock, yeah, it's not something I would. It's gonna be. It's a gamble basically.
So would you
Because I know
consider it
I know
high
how those
risk
stock.
and
I know.
high reward, or high risk, low reward, or the
No,
opposite?
I'm just saying. I'm basic because I know how that sector operates as far as like the stock market. I know how those stocks move. An investor may a huge like whale may sell like a couple of 100,000 100,000 units of a certain stock, and they have like a deal with someone else that they're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna sell this amount at this date. They know when to sell. They don't want to. It's like a game that they're playing with that in that specific sector.
Hmm.
But yeah, the industry is not. It's not going to decline. The gig industry, whatever it is. As far as like, but yeah, but when you look at Saks, they only sell one type of product, high luxury products and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
With Target and Walmart, they sell food, they sell electronics, they sell clothes, they sell all kinds of things. So people are gonna use those services, DoorDash, Grubhub, to get those things delivered
Right.
instantly. Amazon has their own. Um, they're even getting into the um, the instant deliveries and stuff like that slowly. Like they have like Prime same day. But again, I wouldn't invest in Amazon right now. Like I said, all the major stocks in Spy, and Fang, all those are going down. In QQQ, if you know what SQQQ is, it's an inverse of QQQ, which is like a basket of the top technology companies in the country, and it's leveraged. So SQQ is more leveraged than QQ than the inverse of that. And that just measures. So as QQQ falls, as the stock market crashes, SQQ will go up. It's the inverse of QQQ. So you can get um, either shares of SQQQ or calls of SQQQ.
Right.
But for QQQ, you should get puts. Again, puts. You're basically saying that you believe that the market is going to crash, or that stock is going to crash, or you can get again the inverse of that. I should.
So
I don't want to confuse people, but basically, if you see, if you want to invest in Spy, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, get puts on those stocks. If you don't have enough money to invest a good, if you don't want to even if you don't even want to take that risk, just get the inverse of those stocks, and you can just go on Google, type in inverse, type the call sign, and you can see
right.
different investment vehicles that you can get into. Whether it's an ETF or a yeah, you guys don't trade futures, I think, but yeah,
How long you been doing this, Shenard?
I've been trading. I started trading crypto back in I think it was like late 2014 or 2015, and then I got into options stocks in 2016, options 2018, and then futures a little bit after that.
What turned you on to the stock market? What made you decide, hey, I want to be a trader. I want to make me a portfolio. When did that transformation happen for you?
Say it again.
When did that transformation happen to you? When did you decide to say, hey, I want to play in the stock market. I want to create me a portfolio. When did you decide to do that? And how
That
did
was
that come about?
around the time, like I had a portfolio with Bitcoin, and then I didn't really hold any of those. I always wanted to get into stocks. I started with Bitcoin first. Um,
So that was your
it was
entry
actually even
level
earlier.
point.
It was actually earlier than that because I remember when it was around like $3 a share for Bitcoin, and I had I don't know if you heard of Mount Gox. You heard of that?
I have.
Yeah, I had an account on there, but it was I only had like $10 worth of Bitcoin at the time, and I was young then. What was that? I was like 2010. I was like 18, 2010, 18 or
Well,
17.
I'll tell you the first time I got
And so yeah,
interested
I
in
had the account. Hold on real quick. I had the account, and I just forgot about it. And then they had the whole issue where they closed down and someone took it out. So yeah,
the
I
first
only got
time
it
I
for like
got
$10.
interested in stocks, mind you, I told you I used to work on the AMX floor. It was my first job out of high school. I was what they called the yellow jacket on the AMX floor. We traded commodity stocks. I used to run tickets for the stockbrokers and the traders and shit. And the first time I wanted to get into stocks for myself, it was right after Enron crashed. Do you remember Enron back in the
Yeah,
days?
I was
It
young
was the
then.
early 2000s.
Yeah.
like right before 9/11 and all that stuff. It was before 9/11, maybe late 90s
Yeah, I
when
was in
Imran
elementary school.
began to crash,
Right.
right? So that's when I started to, to like start trading stocks and start getting interested in stocks. It was around that time when Imran was going down.
So why aren't you still doing it?
Who said I'm not? I have a portfolio.
Well, I gave you some advice.
Yeah, this is why I didn't mind having you up here because you seem to be knowledgeable in stocks and trading. And again, I'm all about learning stuff. So if I could learn something, why not?
All I'm saying is, don't get too caught up in this sports betting shit, man. All that shit is rigged, man,
I'm
for
never
real.
going to get caught up in sports betting because I don't gamble. So that's never going to apply to me.
But you're going down a path where
I'm
you're
not
gonna
going down any
influence a
path.
lot of
I'm
other
just a
people to
fan.
gamble.
No, I'm not.
You don't want to do that.
I've never advocated for anybody to spend their money to bet on anything. Can't nobody
All
ever
I'm
come
saying,
here
bro,
and say BD
I
said that.
think I do see success in you, and because you're a good host. You're not like all these other clowns that'll ban people for if they insult them or whatever, right? There's a lot of people that own channels that are very sensitive, right? You say one thing, they take it as another thing, and now you're banned, right?
Well,
You don't
I'm
want to
not
be that,
sensitive.
and I
My
don't see
main
that type
thing
of.
is
No,
you
I
gonna
got you, bro.
respect me like how I respect you. You're
Right.
not gonna come up here and call me names, especially if I didn't call you any. That's what
And
I'm
I
not going
see.
to play with. Is that
I think if you change at least the name of your channel, it don't gotta be BD Sports, right? Something more neutral that can encompass like other lots of different topics instead of just sports, right?
no? I'm
And
fine.
then you
I'm
can add
fine with
the
just being
sport
in the
a small
sports
little
bet.
sports section. I'm just saying for your channel to grow, because I see talent in you, bro. At this point you're an entertainer, right? Would you consider yourself an entertainer?
No, I'm not an entertainer. I'm just a dude on YouTube just talking my shit.
Yeah, but I mean, you have your YouTube channel. I'm not. I don't want to. I want to. You are a tap dancer. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You want me to not say that word? Is that you consider that an insult?
Listen, I understand that's your stick. You like to call people tap
No, but
dancers.
I'm
I
saying,
get
can I
that.
say that word on your panel?
Tap dancer, sure. I don't have a problem
Okay.
with you. If you feel like I'm a tap dancer, that's your opinion. But
But yeah,
I
just take
don't
what I
like
said with this.
me. I don't take about the race and the politics and the black and the white. I come talk sports and I talk sports just as a general fan, as somebody who just like watching the games. You know what I mean? I don't care about what people bet on. I'm not trying to tell folks what this is a good parlay and you should try. He's gonna score 20 this game and he's gonna get 10 assists this game. I don't care about all that. I'm just
All right, but let
watching
me
the
just say
game
this,
just
bro.
like a regular person just watching the game on TV.
Let me just say this, right, bro. I just wish that you can just see in yourself, right? Like you really need to look deep into why you believe that you are a Native American. Like I don't like. You really have to have like you just gotta look and have a bit of self awareness, please, bro. Because
Okay,
people are
well,
looking at you in
again,
the chat
I
as
will
if
I
you're
will say it
crazy.
again. I don't believe anything that I haven't researched.
But can't you see that
I'm not
like
gonna
when
come up
when you
here
say something
and
like
act
that,
like
right?
that I haven't researched for
But I'm
myself.
saying, but can you see that when you say something like that, right? How other people may take it,
Yeah, of course, because this is information that hasn't been out here before.
and what they may think
It's not
of
like
you
50
as a
years ago.
person.
Hold on, let me finish. It's not like 50 years ago or 60 years ago. You had black folks talking. We were indigenous to the country, that we were here before Columbus. You didn't hear this talk 50 years ago, 60 years ago. You didn't hear Martin Luther King say, I was indigenous to America. You didn't hear Malcolm X say, I was indigenous to America. You ain't hear Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all these so-called civil rights leaders, right? They weren't talking about they were indigenous to America. They were Native American, right? They viewed themselves as African Americans. Did they not?
I mean, you had some that viewed, themselves as Israelites. You had the five
Yeah,
percent
but none
movement.
of them were envisioned
The
themselves of being native. Is my
what's the
my
other
point.
one called? The
None
other
of
ones
them
that think that they were. What's the other one called, man?
native, indigenous. You gotta
The
understand.
Nuwabians. The Nuwabians. You had
You I don't know how
the
much you
Nation of
know.
Islam. Yeah, all kinds of different
Let me
groups
ask you a
formed up.
question, Schnart. Have you
Go
ever
ahead.
heard of the Racial Integrity Act?
Yeah, yeah, not yeah, yeah.
The Racial Integrity Act, it was created in 1924. And what it did, it classified people by race. Like it was calling mulattoes, Native Americans, black people, white people, right? And you had to have a certain amount of so-called blood, like the 1% rule that people like to throw in other people's faces. You got 1% black in you, you're black. Or if you got 1% white in you, you're white, right? On its face, that don't make no sense. You could have 1% white in you, but if I look at you, right, I'm gonna know that you're a black person. I'm not going to see that 1% white in you, right? Just like a white person who got 1% black in them, if they look like a white person, you're not going to see that 1% black in them on his
What
face
makes them look like a white person?
that they're white. I mean, you can
Now
see it
that their ancestors come from where?
from Europe, obviously.
Okay, so you'll say that the 99% European and 1%
Yeah, and
black, right?
1%. My
According
point is,
to
you're
your
not going to
example,
see that 1% black in that person, not from
right,
looking at
right,
them.
right. So are you trying to
That's
say
all I'm
that we can
saying. You're not
see
going to see that
not?
1%.
But I'm saying, are you trying to say that we can see 99% Native American as if we look at you?
No, I didn't. I no, absolutely
Fifty
not. And
percent,
that and that's the thing.
50%. Hold on, hold on,
What
hold on.
I'm
Fifty
saying,
percent,
what you're missing my
fifty
point. What I'm
percent,
saying
bro.
is when the government decided to reclassify people, because this was a government thing. This was not, this just didn't happen in a vacuum. The government did this. The government in 1924 created a law to specifically classify people. And that's where the confusion come in, because some people think they're African but may not be. Some people think that they're indigenous but may not be. Some people think they're this and may not be, and some people think they're that and may not be. You don't know, because it was the government who controlled what they thought you supposed to be. It was them who made that. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't really know unless you do your own research on it. You can't take the government word for it, because the government will throw everybody in just one big group.
I mean,
You
but the
understand
same
what I'm
can be
saying?
said about that act itself. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
if the act
go
even,
listen. You got a phone, go Google it. It's called the Racial Integrity Act of
well, why would they record? Why would
1924.
they record that as history if what you're saying is true?
Listen, just go Google it, and let the doc. You got to read the document, because it's a long doc and it's a lot of reading. So I ask you to go read the document and then come back to me, and then we could talk about it. We can't talk about it because you haven't read the document. So you go read the document. Matter of fact, I have the link for the
All right, let me ask
document.
you: did you
Miss
take a
D,
D?
I
Have you
see
ever
you,
took?
mama.
Have you ever took a DNA test?
Huh? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what company did you use?
Uh Ancestry.com.
You have the results right now.
No, they're in New York with my mom.
They didn't email you something. I think they
They
do it
did, but
digital, right?
I don't have it on me on hand to show.
But did they email it to you at least?
Yeah, it was in my old phone, is what I'm saying. I don't have my
Or
old
your
phone
old
with me
phone?
anymore. Yeah,
You didn't
because it
sign
was
into your
years ago.
email with the. Oh,
It was
how many
years
years
ago
ago?
on an old email that I don't have access to
But
anymore.
how many years ago?
Shit, like 2017, something like that. So again, it's not an email I have access to, so I can't pull it up for
Did you
you.
believe the results on that
I
DNA
mean,
test?
it's DNA, right?
No, I'm saying, but did you believe it?
Yeah, of course I believed it. It's my
All right,
DNA.
so what's your African results
Uh,
percentage?
if I remember, it said about 18%, 17,
18%
18.
African.
Yeah.
17, 18%
17,
African.
18% African. I had some European, like 4 or 5%. I think it was German or some shit. And most of it was Native American stuff.
How
Choctaw,
many? How much
Seminole.
per?
I
What's the
don't remember off
percentage?
the top of my head, but it was in the high 40s, both of them. I had a little Seminole, a little Choctaw,
So what about the
some
rest?
African, and some white.
Okay, so you're majority Native American, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what the DNA said.
And
And
you don't got the
DNA,
results on. You lost the email. You don't have the papers
yeah,
with
I
you.
don't
None of
have
that.
it on my old phone anymore because I don't have the phone anymore. The phone,
You don't
I'm
remember your
talking, we
email. You
talking.
didn't try to recover your password for that email.
Nah, I never tried to recover it because I
Why
moved
didn't you
on
try?
with life and we're doing other things, so I wasn't thinking about
Like, I
it.
mean, don't they have like those like those secret questions that you got to answer?
Yeah,
You don't
they
remember
do,
any of that?
but I don't remember any of that because it was so long ago. I don't remember that shit.
So when you signed up for, it, you just put any random answer
Yeah,
for
it
any
was
random
just a random
question.
thing when I went to go test for it. I was just doing it randomly just to do it. It wasn't something I was dead set on or something I had put my mind to. It was just something I was just randomly doing just to do. I ain't have no rhyme or reason. I ain't have no purpose of it. I just wanted to know just to see.
Bro, be real with yourself. You think I believe that shit?
That's up to you if you believe it or not, sir.
No, just be real with yourself, bro. You really think I believe that dumb shit? For real, you
I
really
don't
think I
care
believe
what
that?
you believe. It's not. I'm not
See,
here
you're
to make
laughing.
you
Why you
believe
laughing, bro? What's
anything.
so funny, man? What's so funny?
You're funny because you feel like I have to prove something, and I don't have anything to prove.
Bro, you're not 18% African. Yeah, at
So
least 98% African. The rest 2% Native American.
maybe if that's your opinion, sir, then that's your opinion.
But
I know what
you just said that
I
you're
remember what it
18%.
said.
Hold on, you
I
said that
said
you're
it was around
18%
17,
African.
18%
You said
African.
that you're
That's what the DNA.
18%
That's
African.
what the DNA
You
said.
said that you're 18% African.
That's what the DNA said.
You said that you're 18% African.
And again, that's what the DNA said.
Yo, I'm done, man. I'm done. Yo, peace, bro. Peace. I'll
All
be
right,
back. I'll be back.
all
All
right,
right.
Miss D. Good afternoon to you, ma'am. I hope I ain't scare you away.
Hey,
But
can you hear me?
it's yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear
It's
me?
Saturday and I'm freestyling.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Miss D.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Aw. She can't hear me. Well, Miss D, I can hear I was able to hear you, and you more than welcome to come back. You fix whatever you gotta fix. And you come on back here and we could talk some unrivaled and some college women's um basketball because we got a lot of that going on today. There you go. I see you.
I couldn't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Miss
Now
D.
look. I'm not gonna get into this because I don't like to do politics on this channel or
Right.
on music channel. I do go into political rooms. Let me see. Let me tell you something. You are 18%. A black American descendant of slaves and freemen. Either you was a slave or freeman. We don't have 90%. That's Africans that have even they first and second generation. They have African parents. We are not 90% African. We do
No,
have
I know that.
we do have African DNA, but we're gonna have white DNA. And guess what? Africans is not gonna have white DNA like that. They're 90%. So I don't understand why people keep trying to make us 90%. We're not gonna be 90% African because
No.
we're gonna have European, we're gonna have Asian, we're gonna have Native, and Africans can't say that.
No,
So it's a
I know
difference.
that, but you have a narrative that
I
especially
know.
it's very prevalent on the YouTube streets
And
between
guess what?
that we're indigenous and
We are.
you're African and this,
But
that,
and
and the
guess
third.
what?
And it's silly. There's no
DNA.
such thing
Let
as a
me say something
pure
about DNA.
anything.
Don't imitate that DNA. You know why? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it alone because DNA. They say is for entertainment purposes. They can only use it for crime scene. They cannot tell you that you have ancestry anywhere. Did you know that?
No,
They cannot tell you that because what happened was if the slave trade happened, right?
right?
If it happened, what am I gonna say? If it happened, um, ah, the countries change. Like a lot of these countries are renamed, so they don't know
Right?
exactly. Nigeria was not Nigeria when we was that happened.
No,
This
not at
country was
all.
not this country. They changed the countries. The country's name we don't know exactly where it's at because they drew lines everywhere. They
Right.
drew lines everywhere. So
Like I
guess
tell
what?
folks all the time,
Let me say
Ethiopia
this.
wasn't called Ethiopia. Ethiopia was
Exactly.
called Abyssinia.
Even Africa wasn't called Africa. Let me say this. This for all people listening. Black Americans, descendants of slaves. Black Americans, descendants of slaves. Black Americans, descendants of slaves. Do not do a DNA. Do your genealogy. Did your grandma tell you from Africa?
Not at
No.
all.
Your
No.
grandma probably told you because I know my family said well, at least on my father's side, I know I got Cherokee. I have a reddish tone to my skin. It don't may not look like it, but I do. Like I get lighter in the winter, of course, and darker. I changed my skin tone.
Right.
And a lot of black Americans have red undertones to their skin.
Of course, because a lot of black
Even the
Americans
darkest ones,
are
even the one that say like Sudan, people from Sudan, it's a difference. If you put a Sudani person and their skin tone to our darkest, we still gonna look different, and that's
absolutely
okay. It's
because
okay.
and it's okay because the Sudani ain't
Right.
gonna have the red like we are.
No, and it's okay. Quit trying to make people something they're not. Do not take a DNA, people. If you were to sit a slave, even no anybody, do not take a DNA. You know what you need to take? Go find your records here. Go find your It's called genealogy. Genealogy. They're not going to tell you who your family members are. They're not going to pinpoint if you have some family members in Africa. It's not going to happen like that. So
Right.
I don't know why that guy get. How you gonna get mad at somebody tell you they 18%? How in the hell you gonna get mad at that? Make that make sense.
I
How you gonna
can't,
get?
Miss D.
How you gonna get mad at somebody when they say that? When you try to force 90%, you 90%, sir. It says 18%. It's okay. Quit doing that. And
Yeah.
I want people not just you. Quit taking that DNA. Listen, 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 listen to your family. Do not listen to nobody else but your grandma, and that's the people that was here before you. Don't listen to them damn fools. If they tell you if they from Africa, they from Africa. Did they tell you that? No, it's okay. Quit trying to force people to do that. Listen to your grandparents, your great grandparents, your mother. Forget
Right.
anybody else. And then guess
Right.
what? We know we have records. Check your sister's records. Check your grandma name. Type it in ancestry.com, and they tell you blah 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 blah. And most Black Americans been here since 18, at least 18. I would say
Pre-Civil War.
65. Right? Come
Yeah,
on,
pre-Civil War. There was black people here.
right?
Pre-Civil War.
So I don't understand why this guy got mad when you told him your DNA, but you should have took that anyway. Guess what? You have paperwork. You don't need a DNA.
Right. That
We
part.
got records. If you were, let me say this: some came here, some was already here. Even the ones that did come here, guess what? They intermingled, and it's over. It's over with. You've been here for 500 years. It's over with. Ain't no more major African. You're not gonna be 90% African as you intermingle down the line. That's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be 90%. That's
Right.
not possible.
No.
Your
There's no
paperwork.
such thing as a 100% pure anything, and at this point,
Well,
you don't even got
no, not no, 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 no,
90%
no.
of
Hold on,
nothing.
BD. No, not no, no. I say this: the 90% are people that are the first or second gen, or the people in Africa right now. They 90. We're not gonna be 90. We're not gonna be 90 if you Black American.
No.
They're gonna be
That was my
90. Even the
point.
ones that because your parents still gonna be. You got two African parents. They're still gonna be 90% because you don't have the admixture we have. We have a different admixture, and that's okay. But
Well,
people
Miss
don't need
D,
it, huh?
why I got you up here? Did you
Okay.
get to see the TCU UCF game?
No, I was at work.
Did you see Olivia Miles go 17, 6, and 6?
No. I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch it. I'm gonna rewatch it. And you know what?
yeah,
Keisha and them, they doing something on Latson, and I kind of disagree with that. Look, this is not Don's fault. Go back and watch those games that she struggled. She had open looks. For some reason, her open looks are not falling. Her
yeah.
open looks
People
are
have
not
bad
falling.
shooting nights.
Like yeah, like last night she could have. She not only did she shoot bad from the field, She was missing free throws. She's a decent free throw shooter, but she had
Yeah.
open jump shots. She missed them. She had open layups. She missed them. So she had plenty of opportunity to at least get. She could have had like 19 points or 20 points in the game, but she missed a lot of shots.
Well, I tell folks don't crash out about SC yet. SC is still going to be in the Final Four at the end of the day.
You know what it is? They
Now,
they
will they win
lollygag.
it all? I don't know, but
They
they
are
definitely going to be in the Final Four. They're going to be in the mix. It's Dawn
right.
Staley.
They
Like,
la- they lollygag. They play. It wasn't Don Silly fault. For some reason, you really have where the whole team look like they ain't want to be there. I'm like, dude, really? And they got to know this one thing about South Carolina. When teams play them, they play them extra hard because of their reputation. So you know that every team is gunning for you, especially the teams that's on the up on the come up. You know they're gunning for you. So why would you play like what I mean? You didn't play that with the intensity like y'all played for like y'all wanted that revenge for Texas. They didn't get it to
right.
Oklahoma. They got
Well,
the
here's the thing. South
uh
Carolina got a major test tomorrow. They play an undefeated Vanderbilt.
yep yep at
So
home. So at home
they're
don't
at
disappoint.
home.
Yep
So
yep.
we're gonna really see what South Carolina made of, right?
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
yeah. But how did I get in that DNA stuff? That's what I'm saying. I don't get into politics. I will
Well,
say this one more
I
time.
went to ancestry.com and this was years
Don't take
ago.
DNA. You
I
need to
was
go to
just I was
ancestors.
just messing around just to
All
see.
right. All you need to know. Don't like I said. Black Americans, descendants of slaves and freemen, find your records, not your DNA. That's not gonna help you. Your records is gonna tell you how long you've been in this country. And guess what? You're gonna be here for 500 years or more. Okay, so that's all that counts. It don't matter no damn DNA test because you're not gonna find nobody in Africa that's your family right now. Okay, not gonna happen. I don't care if you did come from Africa. That's gone because those people are gone. They're not African because they mixed in. Do your paperwork. That's it. It's called genealogy. Go to the records. Get census records. Get talk to your grandparents, your great grandparents, your great aunties. Blah blah blah. Anybody that's 60 or over, they probably know something. Okay, do that, people. I'm gonna leave that alone. Go
Hey,
ahead.
Miss D, did you catch the UConn game by any chance?
No, who they play?
Nah, they played Seton all. They smacked them by 40.
You know what? You know what? I don't really listen to UConn. I ain't go. Look, I'm not listening. I ain't gonna watch UConn because they not gonna play nobody. Now they gonna play every now and then. Their conference. Call me when they play Big Ten or the
Or
SEC,
SEC,
then the Big
yeah.
12. So
They
it go
are a
like
Big
this.
East team.
They go like this, right? Because Big East have been the same. But look, it go like this: SEC number one, Big Ten number two, ACC number three. It used to be number two. Now it's number three. Playing with one of those three conferences, and I shut up. Even the Big 12. If y'all play in one of those conferences, I'll watch y'all game. But playing Providence, of course. South Carolina would do the same thing.
What do you think about tomorrow game? You got the Iowa team playing against Ohio State, 10 versus 12.
Man, I like
No, in the women's game,
I
the
know.
Iowa
I
women
like I like
and
uh
Ohio
I
State.
like Ohio
They
State.
tomorrow too.
I like Ohio State.
Now Ohio State's 18-2, Iowa 17-2. So
Right, it did, but Iowa ranked number 9 is kind of I don't see it. I'm not
nah,
trying to be
they're not 9, they're 10. TCU is
10.
number 9.
Okay, a 10, even 10. I don't think they're number 10 team. I'm sorry.
Well,
So
they have a similar record, right? Well, Alabama's
yeah, but
23 and they
yeah, but
17-3.
yeah, but they still the way they play Iowa, they okay, but they not number 10. I'm sorry. Nope.
Where would you put them? And who would you put before them?
I don't know. I would say Michigan, but in a
Michigan's
little bit.
already ahead of them. They're number 7.
Hold on, I got to upgrade because when I did my poll, they was behind, so they must upgrade it this today. Not today. You sure? Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay.
UConn's number 1, Michigan's number 7, TCU's ninth, Ohio State's 12, Iowa's 10, Texas is 4, South Carolina's 2,
I think if South Carolina
Louisville is
win
8.
tomorrow, they could take. Okay, fine. They still ain't in the top 10. So South Carolina still can keep the number 2 if they beat. Vandy. Vandy's still a good team.
Yeah. I mean, Vandy
They beat that
undefeated.
number two.
Like I
Right.
said,
Right.
Vandy's gonna be a real test for them,
Right.
especially after losing to Oklahoma like they did.
But I
It's
don't think
almost a must-win situation for South Carolina at this point, and you're at home.
must win. No, not necessarily. But at the
They
same
can't
time,
lose back-to-back games, Miss D.
yeah, yeah. But you know what? Let me say this. It's gonna sound funny. Yes, I want them to win every game. But you know what? Even if they lose this game and they go on to win and then win the SEC tournament, they still don't get the number one seed. So right
Well, yeah,
now
if
we
they
have
win the tournament, yeah, they're gonna get the number one seed
right
regardless.
the SEC right. So losing in the regular season SEC, only thing the seeding. You know, when you the first seed in the SEC, you get that day off or that yeah, you get a few yeah. But that game off, you get a less game, you get less games. But um so yeah, yeah, you want them to win, but you know, I'm not. But at the same time, I don't think they're gonna play like they did with no energy, not rebounding. They just didn't come to play. I mean, I'm not taking credit away from Oklahoma because
Now, I thought Oklahoma
Oklahoma
came to
they had the
play.
lead,
They
and then
came to
they lost the
play.
lead. Right, they lost the lead, and no, they had the lead. SC they lost the lead, and Oklahoma had the lead. They came back and tied it, and then they had a chance to win it, and for some reason Raymond Johnson to take the last shot. She forgot how many much time on the you can't pass the ball at that time.
Right. She lost track of time. She wasn't paying attention.
Right. Because given to Joyce fumbled the ball and the ball sometimes you gotta put a team away at when you have a chance. Then in overtime, Chavez got off. I'm like, what is going on?
So tell me, Miss D, before I jump into the unrivaled thing with you, what do you think about Audie Crooks? What do you think about her as a player? And do you think she's like WNBA material?
Uh look, let me say this. I want her to transfer because she needs to get her defense together, and I don't know they teaching her defense. And the top tier SEC teams, they have better trainers. I'm not saying she should go to South Carolina. That'd be nice, but she need to go to a top tier SEC team because her defense is not there, and they do play defense in the SEC. It's very physical, and she need to learn how to play in the physical league every night in and night out. They're gonna bring it. So she need to
You-
transfer.
Do
I
you
don't
think
know why
she
she's.
WNBA ready though? Now, Audie Crooks?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean she can still get drafted late first round, but yeah, but the defense might be a thing. And then her body structure, if she could lose a little more weight, I don't know. She might not get a chance. You know what I mean?
Right.
They draft her, but if you want to get drafted in the top 10 or top 5, because NBA is more top 5, then she need to leave. She got one more year. She need to leave Iowa State.
Well, I think Fudd and Miles are going to be the first two picks, if
Right?
you ask me.
Yeah.
I
But
think those are going to. I mean, you could flip flop them however you want to, but I think
you think
those
Don
two
is
women will
ruining
be the first
Tanaya
two.
Laxton? You think Don is ruining Tanaya Laxton's draft stock?
Yeah,
Why?
I just think that's what it's going to be at the end of the day. I think that's just how it's looking.
Because I still think
I'm not
okay.
saying that can't change, but that's just how
Her
it's looking for
scoring went
right
down a
now.
little bit, but her problem is I noticed in a lot of games she's missing a lot of the shots she usually make. So it's not like she can't get her points, and just that she missing these shots. You
Yeah, but
know?
everybody had bad shooting nights. She's gonna have nights where everything is gonna go in. So you
Yeah.
take the good with the bad.
But yeah, Audie, you think Audie should stay at Iowa State or should transfer for next
I
year?
think she should transfer too. I don't think Iowa State's a good look for her.
I mean, she's at home. She's not too far from her house in Iowa.
No, I dig
Um,
it. I know if she's from there, and
you
that
think she
that
should
makes
go to
more
the SEC
sense.
team?
But I think she would further her career better on a SEC or a Big Ten team.
I want the SEC.
Another Big Ten team, not Iowa State, maybe
I
a
want
Michigan or Iowa or Ohio State, something like that.
maybe, but I'll say SEC, and guess who I say? Ole
Maybe
Miss.
LSU,
Ole Miss.
Alabama,
No, no,
Kentucky,
no.
maybe.
No, Ole Miss.
Why
Ole
Ole
Miss
Miss?
or who played post? I'm trying to think of Texas or something like that. What you
Yeah,
think?
Texas, I think would be a good fit for her.
Yep, pair her with Madison Booker.
Yeah, I think that
Man,
Texas would be a really good fit for her. Because
yeah,
then she would be able to play to her strengths, and then she wouldn't have to worry about being the focal point of the offense on the Texas. Because you got other women on there who can put the ball in the hoop.
exactly. And then they have her work on off ball because she
Yeah,
play off the ball and shoot the. Because I think she need to improve her outside shot. She need to get a outside shot like a 16 to 20 feet shot, a
yeah.
consistent shot. Yeah, but she need yeah, yeah, she need physical competition. She need that's gonna challenge her. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, she just need to work on her lateral movement. She could get up and down the court, but she has issues staying in front of people on the defensive end.
Yeah.
She
Also,
don't move her feet well because
I
of her
worry about her
size,
stamina. I'm still
obviously.
worried about her weight because her stamina because she still kind of get winded too much.
Yeah, because of her size, she has an issue, staying in front of
Right.
the taller, more athletic fours and fives
Yeah.
because she don't move her feet well. I'm not saying she not a good player. Her lateral movement just
Right.
lacks. It just
That's
do.
why she might not be a top 10 right now. She'll get drafted in the probably from like 12 to 12 whatever in the first round. But yeah, I don't know.
So, Miss D, what are your thoughts on Unrivaled right now? I know they're just starting to kick in the high gear
Well,
over there.
the roles are kind of they start off hot. I think Chelsea Gray kind of cooled down a little bit because
Right.
everything she was throwing up, she was
Because
she
she
was
was
in.
on fire at
Uh
first.
huh.
Like
Yep.
she was on a major heater for a minute, Chelsea Gray.
Yep.
But she's only human, and as humans, you can't stay on a heater perpetually.
Yep.
You got to come back to earth eventually.
Right. And so they struggling. They lost a few games. The Mist look like they coming on. Uh, we still at the Breeze. They playing pretty good. They're a pretty good young team. That was the team I picked.
Right.
Um,
To win it all, the breeze.
yep. I like the young core, and of
Right.
course Paige doing her thing.
Yeah, Paige on
Um,
been
um,
killing them.
Alicia Gray doing she killing it. um, I think the Chicago Chicago what's the team? Chicago Owls are playing better because they set Bam Bam and Rebecca Allen from Chicago Sky. Even
Right.
after you got Skylar, she came back, she doing good. You got Marina Mayberry doing pretty good. I'm shocked about that. Not shocked, but yeah. So they doing
Well,
better since they
Mayberry always could play. Mayberry, I never had a problem with Melina Mayberry in terms of her basketball acumen. It's her
well
attitude.
sometime Marina
Now, continue. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I hope I ain't lose you.
yeah, she'll play defense,
Yeah, that part. But she could
so
put the ball in the hoop.
right,
Mayberry
she's
get on the
streaky.
heater
Right.
and become very dangerous on the offensive side. It's the defense that, lacks to be desired. My main issue with no, I like Unrivaled. I like the format, and I'm waiting for the one-on-one stuff because that's my
Me
favorite
too.
part of the
Who you got for one
Unrivaled
on
is,
one?
is the
I want to see
one-on-one.
Alicia Gray against I think they're gonna do a big. They're gonna do it like that. Even though they should do guard, big, big. That's what I should. I want to see
Yeah,
Alicia Gray. But they might even if you do dark guard, big, big.
I
Sometimes the
would love to
guards
see a
go
Gray Page one-on-one.
right.
I
I
would
want to
love
see
to see
right
that.
because even though you do it like that with the bigs and the guards, sometimes they beat each other out. So you might have two guards playing, going against each other. So I really
Right?
like to see Paige versus a Kelsey Mitchell or
Yeah,
Paige
that would be
versus a
great.
Alicia
A
Gray
Page Kelsey Mitchell
or
one-on-one.
Alicia Gray. Yep.
Yeah, that would be fire. Page and Kelsey Mitchell one-on-one. That would be
Yep.
fire.
Because I think Kelsey Mitchell played good on one.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And Paige could pretty much get anywhere she want to
She's
go.
getting
So
better
I
though,
think
because
her and
at
Kelsey
first
Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell. Remember, I did a video who I thought was gonna have a good unrivaled. She's coming along. She's coming along.
Now,
So she's
again, I
kind of.
think Unrivaled is going to be successful again this year. It's going to
Mm,
make some money. Here's the mistake I think they're making, though, and I'm gonna
what?
keep saying this. You already down Angel Reese because of injury. You
Well,
need to
no,
throw.
she not injury. She just decided to take some time off.
I mean, but she took the time off because she was injured.
No, she okay. No,
I
she
mean,
took
she
the
may
time.
be okay, but she was still nursing an injury that she's
Yeah, but
trying to
I
heal
think she would
from.
have played. But she still you still could play doing the sit down a little bit. She okay. I think she wants some time off. That's all. Because you have to
Well,
understand
either or.
when she
My
got
thing is,
drafted.
you
Go
you
ahead.
you playing an all women's league without your three most prominent players,
I
and
know,
I
but
don't
guess
think
what?
and I don't think you're gonna last very long without having your three most prominent players in the W in your league. That's just my personal
Asia
opinion.
was gonna play anyway.
I
Angel,
mean, that's my thing. They need to get Asia Wilson in Unrivaled. They need to throw the well at her. Like, look,
I know.
you're Asia Wilson.
But
You're the
one of
GOAT.
their problems is listen. You know what one of their problems is? You got 20 players that don't belong. I like BG. She need to go sit down. Who else? Kate Martin's okay. You got too many okay players. All players have to be exciting to watch. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dominique not dunking the ball. Why she not dunking the ball? I need to see an alley from for Dominique Malunga.
Right. I think Malunga got a dunk in her eventually. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's coming. It's just a matter of time before she get comfortable enough to throw that thing down. But my thing is with Unrivaled, I want to see them succeed, but I gotta have the big three in there. I need Asia Wilson in there. I need Angel Reese in there. I need Caitlin Clark in there. I need to have them in there so we could have a real hard look on what Unrivaled could really be. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think it could really be what it's supposed to be without those three women in there. That's just my personal opinion. I think you got to have all three of those women in there for it to take off like it should take off. Like again, I'm all for Fee Collier and Brianna Stewart and Chelsea Gray and Alicia Gray and Paige. They're gonna bring eyes, but they're not the big three. The big three is Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. That's the big three. Whether folks want to accept that or not, that's on y'all. But that's the reality. Everybody else is on boats, but they're the wave that's making these boats rise.
That's
You
true.
understand what I'm saying? They're the wave.
That's true.
So you can't have the boats and no wave. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
The
true.
boats can't go anywhere if you don't have the wave. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you. You're right.
Yeah. So like Unrivaled, we need y'all to get I don't care what y'all got to pay her. If y'all got to pay her twice as much or three times as much as what you paying everybody else, then you need to do that. If you got to pay Angel Reese, Caitlin
Because
Clark
she
twice
don't
as
play.
much, three
Asia
times
don't
as
play
much.
after the WNBA season because how the Aces use her. She she's always playing most of the game, the whole game mostly, and so she don't play off season basketball. Well, it will be kind of be off season for her. And then she's a multi-millionaire. She got her shoes. She got this. She got that.
Right.
So
I
she doesn't
understand
have
she
to.
don't need the Unrivaled. I
Right.
mean, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, they don't need the Unrivaled either.
Why are you
What
worried
I'm
about Caitlin
saying is
Clark?
the
You like
Unrivaled
Caitlin
needs
Clark?
them.
You like Caitlin Clark? But I don't. She's not. Look, she's not playing an unrivaled because she don't want to be exposed on defense. Caitlin.
And I think Caitlin Clark, another thing, I don't think she want to be exposed on the one-on-one thing because that
You
would
don't
be
have to. You don't have to. Guess what? You don't have to. You can opt out to 1-on-1. You don't have to. You don't have to play 1-on-1.
oh that's a volunteer thing, the one-on-one thing.
Well, look, well, fake injury. Like I'm injured. No,
No, I ain't know if it was a volunteer thing or not,
I'm not
or
sure. I don't think you have to. Yeah, I know of. Yeah.
because I'm not gonna lie, wouldn't a Fee Kaya Asia Wilson one-on-one be fascinating?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
why I
think
want an
that would be
Angel.
fascinating.
Last year, Angel did not participate because she had an injury. I wanted to see Fee against Angel because she tore up Leah Edwards in the last when she won the championship 1-on-1.
Right.
She
Yeah,
tore
not
her
like
up.
Fee. I think Fee a great player. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Fee and Breonna Stewart and them, they could carry it unrivaled to the heights that they can get to
No,
without the big
that's what I'm
three.
saying. Sometimes That's hold on. Let me say this. Forget Asia. I know this is gonna sound crazy. Forget Asia, Angel, and Caitlyn. It's other players they could have picked. Like I said, you got BG, you got Kate Martin, you got a few players I don't think should play in Unrivaled. Um,
You
Letitia
think
Heidemann is
BG
not playing
washed
as
up at
good.
this point, Miss D?
Who?
You
Who?
think BG washed up?
Yeah, she been washed up. The last 4 years, she been washed up for 4 years now because she had so many surgeries on her legs and her feet. She
Right,
can't
because the
move.
athleticism is gone. She looked like just a stick out there.
Right, she can't
Can't
move.
move.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
she looked like just a giant stick out there now at this point.
yeah.
Like you can't move, you can't really jump like that. You 6'7", 6'8", close to that, but you can't rebound. Like
No, and she can't
that's
move. She getting
crazy.
she getting crushed on defense. So and then, like I said, it's supposed to be fast paced. You gotta have faster players. Like the players they have, some of the players are not athletic. So you got to think about that. And I think Fee is thinking about giving people money. Like she put
Right.
her friends on Rachel Banham, and Rebecca Allen, and they played. They sucked as last year with the Sky,
That they did.
and
Man,
that was her girl. So she put them on. I don't know.
yeah, they did suck. Especially Rachel Banham. Rachel Banham was awful last year. Just awful. I mean, the Sky just in general were awful.
Right.
It was hard watching a lot of their games.
Yeah.
It was just hard. They were just hard to watch. And isn't it? Please don't come at me with y'all Sky fans like I'm talking about Angel Reese. No, I'm talking about the Sky just as a team. Let's call ace ace and a spade. They were awful to watch last year.
And I
They
like I
just
like
were.
Sanaya Rivers. She can't shoot. And so you need players that can put the ball. It got to be up and down at a fast pace. You don't necessarily have to dunk necessarily, or even though I would like that.
Right.
Like, come on,
So who you got winning it all in Unrivaled this year?
Breeze. It's gonna be
Breeze. Huh?
Breeze, and maybe against the Mist or
I think I was thinking Breeze Lunar Owls final.
Owls. Are you
Mm-hmm.
serious?
Yeah.
No, no. Because I like Skylar. I like Mabry. Who gonna carry on after that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Skylar and Mayberry in the
They
construct
they
that
they
they
good.
have now, if
They
Mayberry could get hot, which
no.
she
They don't
has
have enough.
demonstrated she
They
can
don't
be,
have
she can
enough.
carry them.
They don't have enough. I don't
You
like
don't
their
think
team.
so?
No, I don't like their team past Mabry and
And
Skylar.
Skylar.
Yeah, you gonna win a championship with Bam Bam and Rebecca Allen? Get the hell out of here.
I mean, wouldn't that be interesting though?
Yeah, if they could pull it off. I shut
They
up, but
pull
I
it off.
doubt it.
But I'm a huge Skylar Diggins fan. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
understand, but they
So
got on the wrong
like
team.
I
Maybe
have a
she get
bias
traded.
when it comes to Skylar Diggins. I
The
guess
roles
that's what
they
it
can get
is.
it together.
Because I have a
If
bias.
Chelsea Gray
I'll
get
put
hot
that out
again,
there.
the roles might be something, but I don't know.
But
Yeah,
definitely the breeze though, because right now ain't nobody really seeing Paige right now.
no, even though they lost for the roles. Oh yeah, oh well.
Yeah, but right now Paige has been on one.
Mm-hmm.
She really has, and she's pretty much getting to anywhere she want to go. My thing with Paige is I just need her to stay healthy.
Right. Yeah.
You know, Paige has proven she could be fragile at times. So I just need her to stay healthy. If she stay healthy, she gonna be really hard to stop.
Right.
All she got to really do is stay healthy. But Miss D, I'm gonna get off of here now. 'Cause I got some stuff to
Oh,
go do.
thank you for let me up.
And thank you for coming up.
Look, I
I
hope your guest
appreciate
come
that.
back. I hope your guest come back. He was mad at you.
He be Shenard. Shenard is Shenard. He's in an you would never see Shenard in your algorithm, Miss D, because he don't talk about the kind of stuff you talk about. So
Look, BD, stay away from the politics. Don't even talk about that because people don't know how to handle the truth.
Yeah, I get it, but it's all in good fun for me, Miss D. You know, I don't
Look,
mind.
do a separate page. Do a separate page. Do
I
BDO
don't mind the
politics.
smoke.
Yeah.
But I hope you come tomorrow when I'm doing these games.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
I'm
be up at work, so I
definitely
don't have to
doing the
work.
first game to
I don't have
see.
to work, so I'll be up here when we
Yeah,
go do it again.
I'm definitely doing the New England Denver game first, and depending on how that game go, I'll do the Seahawk Graham game. But I'm
Okay.
definitely doing the Denver New England game first. So
We should
if
stream. Look,
you could
we should
come,
stream together.
I
I can
mean,
stream.
listen, the
Huh?
game starts at, hold on, let me tell you. I think it's a 3 o'clock start.
Okay.
Um, Let me just go and make sure it's a 3 o'clock start. We could, yeah, it's a 3 o'clock start. I'm gonna come
Okay.
on at 2 o'clock
Okay.
for the pregame. You
All
more than
right. Me and
welcome to
you.
co-host with me, Miss D. You know I
Yeah,
rock with you.
that's
So
all good.
like we could call the game together, and we could,
Yeah,
do. I could do the play-by-play, and you could do the commentary, or vice versa. You could call the game, and I'll do the commentary. You
you
understand what I'm
call it.
saying? However you want to
I'll
do
do a
it.
little commentary in between.
Yeah, I mean, however you want to do it, Miss D, I'm
That's
for it.
cool.
I would
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah,
that a
good.
lot.
Okay,
You
I'll come
bring your
back.
people, I bring mine, and we could have a
Yeah,
party tomorrow.
yeah.
You make your popcorn, I make my popcorn, I roll my weed. You get your Coke,
My wine.
your
No, let me stop.
wine. You understand what I'm saying? And we have a good time here tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
Calling
all
the game.
good. Okay, no problem. Well,
All
thank you
right.
for inviting me up.
And thank you for coming.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too, Miss D. And all of y'all, thank you for participating in the show. This is Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD, and I appreciate all y'all support for being in the chat and chilling and hanging out with me. Um, I'm gonna call it a night now because I got a big day tomorrow to deal with all these championship games. Um, Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Shout out to everybody who came on the panel. Um, this was a really good show, and I appreciate all y'all. And I'll see y'all again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Okay. Again, this Big Dog Sports. Like, share, subscribe. Subscribe. Definitely subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Show your boy some love, man. Because we in the building. We're gonna be in the building tomorrow too. All right. So y'all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I'll see you again tomorrow, Sunday, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the pregame for these championship games. And I hope I see all of y'all there. All right. Y'all have a good one and have a good night. This Big Dog Sports. I'm your boy BD. Holla at me.